Edmonton Sports Talk. My God, I loved it.
My name's Jay Milne. #Blue.
Our sports update deliverer, the Coon.
I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up today.
You know what, Reid?
You might be on to
All right, here's what's going on in the nest.
Okay, man, oh man, we got a lot to get to today. Chris Morris is the president of the 6-1 Edmonton Elks. He's going to join us at 3:45. A lot of anticipation for the game on Saturday against the Saskatchewan Roughriders on Play Alberta Field at Commonwealth Stadium. That's 5 o'clock on Saturday. We have coverage here on EST with the Commonwealth Stadium Green and Gold Kickoff Show at 4 with Jason Milne and Matthew Wannock. Then they're on after the game to break it down. But ticket sales going pretty well for this game. We're going to talk to Chris about the Upper Bowl. Could it open? What would be the circumstances of it opening in the future? And just talk about, some increased interest in the team this year. And it looks like it, at least recently, leading to increased interest in the team, increased ticket sales for the team. So Chris Morris at 3:45. We continue Ref Week at 4:20. And we're going to have two gentlemen, Drew Fischer and Michael Barwegen, who are both Albertans, and they both worked the World Cup. Drew was the head official for one of the best games in the tournament, Cabo Verde in Argentina. They were part of a crew. There was an all-Canadian crew for one of the matches. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about their journeys. We'll talk about the World Cup. Yes, we're going to ask about dealing with diving and players running up to you and giving the palms up. Oh, I didn't move it. And that kind of stuff.
I want to know what language they spoke.
That's a good question, too. Yeah. Did they
Argentina, Cabo Verde.
Did they learn? Yeah.
Speaking other languages.
Are they multilingual when it comes to soccer? Drew is a two-time MLS referee of the year. So they work MLS and other high-level soccer. But I'll
be the judge of that.
They were just at... What? What?
I'll be the judge of that.
Of how good they are?
Yeah.
Okay. So they just were at the World Cup, and they're back, and they're Albertans, and I mean, they just reffed the biggest soccer tournament, well, I guess the biggest tournament in the world. So that's going to be pretty cool for Ref Week. We have Wagon Wednesday with Greg Buchanan, courtesy of the World Professional Chuck Wagon Association and Century Mile Racetrack and Casino. That'll be a little bit later on. And, of course, we're going to talk about the Celebrini contract extension and the oil understood for GCL Diesel. And we're going to continue another fun segment we've been doing this week, giving our pick for the best athlete of all time based on the starting letter of that person's last name.
Yes.
So, for example, we started the week with A. We're actually not going in alphabetical order, though we did start with A. But we started with A because that was probably one of the most obvious picks. Muhammad Ali, for example. We did G. That was Wayne Gretzky. So today the letters will be B, and you can play along at home.
We encourage that.
You can play along with your family. I'm sure many of you are at work wanting to strike up a conversation with your colleagues, but you're not sure how to do it. You're like, oh, I wonder if Jim in accounting would want to talk to me. Oh, I know. I'll ask him who his all-time best athlete is.
Start with the letter U.
Or something. Or start with the letter
U.
Yeah. So the letters today are B, H, N, P, and U. So Jay and I will have our picks. Ben Thompson, who's at the technical desk this week, you've done one for each letter as well.
I have done some research. Yes.
So we're going to do that probably at 4 and then at 5 today. I think we're going to split it up just because of the way we have the guests, but that's okay because it's a good one. I should probably goes without saying. Obviously, Pele is not eligible for the letter P because that's not his last name.
That's fine.
Yep.
Okay. Good. Yep. Just making sure.
Did you think you sniffed out Jay's pick? You think you're on to me, Reid Wilkins?
I don't know.
Well, there's an obvious one.
Pele.
I just wanted to.
Doesn't even compare.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah, okay. I'm sure. Yeah.
Or is it a girl?
Ooh. Find out.
You're going to be so irritated with my picks.
Let's fight them.
You're irritated.
Oh, yeah. You're going to
question them.
There's
only one right answer for B.
No.
Yeah, there's only one right answer
There's
for
only
P.
one right answer for B.
Really?
Yeah,
Yes.
and we do not have the same one.
How do you know?
I saw your list.
Oh, you've seen all of it?
I saw B.
Yeah.
Just
See,
now.
you saw B.
this is
Oh,
what
you
I'm
saw B
saying. No,
just now.
it's a 2-horse race.
No, not
B.
mine.
No, it's a 3-horse race.
Is it? Ah.
But one horse is clearly a better racer.
Whoa, pun intended.
Oh.
Now I got to hide the rest of my list.
I just
Put
you
my-
were holding it
my
up to
phone
me.
over it. This has gotten surprisingly intense. I think ever since your Emmett Smith out of the box selection yesterday, the best S athlete of all time.
Yes, he was. He is.
So the letters today: B, H, N, P, and U. And I just want to remind everybody, Pele is not eligible for the letter P. It's not his last name, Ben.
Yep. I'm aware.
We were all thinking the same thing, or you're
No, yeah.
okay. Good.
I have a very obvious P here.
Okay, good.
Did he
go,
make
yeah.
a cameo in Entourage?
I've never watched Entourage, so
He did.
okay. Well, I'd imagine that. Yeah, I think we're on the same wave here.
Okay, good.
Jay and I at least. I don't know about you over there, Reid.
For P or B?
For P.
Does he have a penchant for a certain formerly illegal drug?
Maybe.
I think he does.
Ross Rebliati? No. Starts with an R. I don't even know who you're thinking of.
Quite. It
See,
was
this is the
out
thing.
there.
I may have missed. We all could have missed obvious ones.
Well,
This
of
is-
course
this is-
we have.
This is the fun thing about it.
Of course we have.
I quite like my list, though. I don't know if Ben will be irritated. Jay will be irritated.
I love
by the
being
time I
irritated
get
by
to
you.
by the time I get to the letter P, Jay's going to be like, "Come on."
This came in the nasty chat from Jason J. Corp 2426.
Okay.
Just left the Double E store. The gals told me they're north of 25,000 tickets sold.
yeah. We'll get the update.
We
from
got to
Chris
get the
Morris.
exact
Yeah,
number.
we'll get the update from Chris Morris as well. Elks president at 3:45. So here's how you can get in touch with us in the nasty chat. Like Jay just mentioned, that's the chat stream going on the right-hand side of the page on YouTube. The YouTube channel is Edmonton Sports Talk. Subscribe to it if you've not done so already, and give us a thumbs up as well. Click that like button.
Click, click, click. Must you click? Please, please click. Must you click? You must click. Thumb, thumb, thumb.
All right, and I know who you're thinking of. Somebody just put it in there. That's I don't know about that.
Oh my.
I'm about to walk out.
Yeah, no.
I'm about to walk out on you, Reid Wilkins.
Well, that's fine. Once you've given us the thumbs up, then click the share button.
Do you believe in life after love?
And send the show link off to other people you know using your email, using text messages, whatever you use, and get them involved in our great community.
I want to get into this letter thing already.
Well, we're going to get there.
Got me stewing.
You can email Reid at edmontonsportstalk.com, Jay at edmontonsportstalk.com. See, I have to do mine in order. I don't want to change the order.
I don't want
We're
you
gonna
to
go.
see mine.
The only thing we're going to do differently on Friday, I'm saving X for Friday, and we're going to start with the letter X because, I don't even know who to. Xavier McDaniel. Oh wait, that's not a last name. Charles Xavier. Anyway, but mine are built to also be revealed in order today to further irritate you and probably a lot of other people. Email Reid at edmontonsportstalk.com, Jay at edmontonsportstalk.com, and you can text the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox 780-218-9999. Tap 25 at River Cree Resort and Casino has the happy hour with $5.25 drinks. It's Sunday to Thursday, 9 a.m. till 7 p.m. Here's the deal. All beers, including bottle and draft, import and domestic, select premium well highballs, and select premium wine, served at Tap 25, Center Bar, Onyx, and on the casino floor, rivercreeresort.com. All right, we got to get moving here. Should we get to this guy already? Because we got to get a lot done.
Yeah, I need to find out what's in my pocket.
Yeah, hey.
Yeah.
Chet knows better than you.
Yeah, well, we'll see. This is the afternoon headlines for 100.3 The Bear, Edmonton's best rock. Stream them on iHeart today. This is Chet Palmer with your sports report. Slick Selly is now Moneybags Mackey for San Jose. $18 million. Is that a hockey contract or what my brother-in-law owes his loan shark? Tickets are going like hotcakes for the rematch with the Green Goblins. Hey, Jason Milne, is that standing room only in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? Gotta stand erect. Lots of people taking jabs at the Buffalo Bills' new uniforms. Hey, yeah, the waitress from the Ponderosa got a new uniform. I told her it would look good on the floor of my bedroom. I'm Chet Palmer.
Oh, I really want to know her name.
Well, I think he's trying to keep her anonymous.
She's telling a lot about her.
When I assume she's going to have a big rock on her left hand soon enough.
No. Chet, don't get married.
You don't think that's where this is headed?
Chet
I don't
ain't
know.
settling down with anybody.
It feels like romance to me.
Yeah, that's just fine.
It feels like something special.
It's not good for Chet. Chet's a wild man. He's a traveler. Nomad.
Sort of like Jack Reacher. Oh, Reacher. I think Reacher might. I think he's going to turn the tables on these guys.
Oh, yesterday you said he met his match. That this was it.
No, I think he's devised a plan on the fly here.
No way.
He's a good, quick thinker. Yeah, I'm a little over 60% done the book. I think he's going to figure it out.
Care to read any of it at some point during the show?
You can do a little bit right now.
Sure. Let's have Reid
on the Libby app. Here's the start of chapter 40. It was Dorothy Coe coming in from the east in her ratty old pickup truck. Reacher knew it a second after he saw her lights. He could hear her old muffler banging away like a motorcycle. Now that sentence, after Chet. Like a Harley Davidson moving away from a stoplight. She came on fast and then she braked hard and stopped dead and stood off just short of the house. She had seen the gold Yukon in the driveway. She had recognized it, presumably, a Cornhuskers car. Okay, so there's the people helping the villains in this book are former Nebraska Cornhusker football players.
Oh,
they're kind of
course they're football
muscle,
players. Sure,
Reacher is
can't be Nebraska Cornhusker baseball players.
No, Reacher's encountering them one by one and maiming them.
You know what? I take that personally, Reacher.
So quickly here,
Reacher's maiming them.
So he beats up one early in the book, and then two of them confront him later on, and he beats up both of them, and one of them had like this big wrench that he was swinging at Reacher, and you can't clumsily swing a wrench at Reacher. He's going to get out of the way, use your momentum against you, punch you, kick you. Like
how big is Reacher?
It's like 6'5", 240 or something like that. He's a complete alpha male. The Reacher books are not, here's a little underdog of like a guy who's like a bookbinder and takes on international killers and wins. This is like, no, Reacher's bigger, tougher, smarter than everybody else. So he beats up these two guys, and then they're down on the ground all moaning around, half knocked out, and then he takes the wrench and smashes their wrists on both hands.
Oh,
yeah.
Reacher.
He's not a nice man.
Jack Reacher is a massive man standing 6'5",
yeah,
weighing between 220 and 250, depending on the book.
Right.
With a 50-inch chest and hands like dinner plates.
Yeah, he's a big, smart, investigative.
That's a big boy.
Man. Yeah, he knows how to hurt you. This one I'm reading is called Worth Dying For, by the way. I tend to lose the track of the titles because the stories have a bit of a formula. Reacher roams into your community. Reacher discovers trouble in your community.
Yes.
Reacher fixes the trouble.
Yes.
That's generally, but it works. They're really good books. I think you would like them. Benny, you should tackle a Reacher book. I think you'd come to work and be like, holy crap, Reid.
No.
Thank God you got me on Reacher.
No.
Don't be closed-minded.
I'm not good with books, Reid. Not good with books.
But can't you... Audiobooks.
Maybe audiobook.
Do an audiobook. Audiobook. Do an audiobook. All right. That was Chet Palmer for Classic Rock 100.3 The Bear. Okay, we're moving along quick here. That's okay. It is the afternoon headlines. That was the afternoon headlines. That was the off-topic topic for William Huff. Since 1952, William Huff has provided industry-leading advertising solutions for thousands of valued clients. Their unparalleled customer service, combined with decades of industry expertise and a desire to make every job the very best can be, is what they call the William Huff Advantage. Visit their website at williamhuff.com or give them a shout, 780-454-4536. Now, I don't know... I didn't clear this with Hernan first. So I don't know if I'm revealing something that I should not be revealing.
Oh, he said it earlier.
Hernan is a runner.
Oh, that. Yeah, I don't think he likes to tell people.
I don't know if that's ever been talked about on air.
Never heard
So
of that.
there, I just put it out there. Hernan is a runner. Okay. And Hernan today is he's going to get new running shoes. Exciting. He's signed up for the half marathon on August 16th. I'm doing the 10K that day. You are TBD for your distance and participation, or are you
don't
out?
think I'm doing
Hammies will not allow it. All right. So it's exciting to go buy new running shoes when you're a runner. It really is. But we want to know, the off-topic topic today is shoes. How many do you own? How much do you spend on shoes? Like, are you one of those people? It's like, I'm getting the best possible shoes because I want them to last, or I like nice shoes. Or are you more like, I'm going to the shoe bargain basement and I want like $5 shoes? And do you have shoes for, like, do you have dress shoes, or do you have dress shoes for this suit, for this pair of pants, for business casual, for a wedding? Like, do you have runners, or do you have walking shoes and running shoes? Like, tell us about your own personal shoe culture.
You wear runners all the time.
I do now, yes.
Right.
Well, I wear dress shoes to the Oilers. Well, if I'm wearing a suit, I'll wear dress shoes.
Yeah.
The dress shoes are not as kind of my feet as the runners.
Yeah, I'm not a big Nike shoe with suit guy. I don't, like.
I can't. I know that's
I can't get my head
anything
around
goes
it.
now, but I'll still wear dressy
Give me
shoes.
a dress shoe. It looks
Yeah.
proper. It looks tight. I have going to town shoes. Like, I have going out fancier shoes. I wear them to work sometimes. I got a couple nicer pairs of, Nike Air Max. What's the other one, Ben, that I have? Those
Dunks.
great Dunks? Are those Dunk
You got
lows?
Dunks. Yep.
Yeah.
I love my Dunks. Love them.
I mostly wear these bad boys during the summer.
Sandals, yeah.
These are
Nothing wrong with that.
what are they called, Ben? All the kids have them.
Birkenstocks.
Birkenstocks, but I don't like the cork ones. Like what Benny's wearing. He's got the full-toed Birkenstocks.
Oh, right, okay.
Bostons, they're called.
And I like the rubber ones. They're softer.
Okay.
They're squishy.
Yeah.
The cork is good when you work them in and they become like molded to the bottom of your feet.
I'm very impatient.
yeah, fair.
Couldn't do it.
Fair.
Couldn't submit myself to that.
Right.
Would you wear sandals?
I haven't since I've had these feet issues. I used to wear sandals quite a bit in the summer.
Do you remember when sandals were like the strap ones, like Tevas? Remember you'd have the toe strap and the upper, like,
I think that's kind of like the ones I used to wear. Yeah.
yeah. And then Nike had those. Like, there was a time when
Okay.
Nike had those with the air bubble in the cushion. In the sole.
Yeah.
Fancy sandals.
I had a pair.
Oh, I see. Okay. Like almost like Nike Air for sandals?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, tell us about your shoe. How many shoes you have? Are you like there? I hope I'm not. This might be telling tales of the school a little bit. Chris O'Leary, does he still write for CFL.ca? But he used to be with the Journal. We've had him on the show. He's the one I called Sean O'Leary for an entire interview once when I was a younger man.
Oh, really?
And he got to know David Morley pretty well because Chris would travel for Double E games, and he would have a small suitcase just full of shoes on like a 3-day road trip to Vancouver for a game.
Sure.
He would take like 8 or 9 pairs of shoes.
Oh, that's excessive.
Just because
Really?
he didn't know what he would feel like or
Wow.
what would go with
Yeah.
what. Yeah.
I kind of get that though.
Do you?
Yeah, to me personally, like I don't spend crazy money on anything else. Maybe hats. Like hats are getting a little expensive, especially fitted ones. But shoes are where I'm willing to put money towards. I love shoes. They are by far my favorite clothing. Or yes,
See,
apparel.
that's what we want to know. That's what we want to know.
Apparel.
Yeah.
So I have a couple different pairs of Dunks. I have a pair of Jordans, 2 pairs of Air Forces. Like I'm mainly a Nike shoe guy. But yeah,
What do you wear with your suit?
I just got dress shoes a couple months ago, but I remember the Estes last year. I wore my Jordans with them.
Oh, really? Okay.
So like they're the sneakers that you can play with the suit. But I like dress shoes for a suit personally. So I bought a pair of those, and then I have these like Boston fake Birkenstocks from Walmart for $25.
Thank you for that, by the way. Saved me a lot of money for getting those for my daughter.
Because those Birks cost like $150. These are $20 at Walmart. It's
And
awesome.
you'd never know.
You would never know.
No.
Kids don't care.
Yeah.
They're going to wreck them anyways.
Yes.
Yeah, true.
Yes.
In this economy,
Yeah.
Yeah. You're better off buying eggs for
these
your
are my Birkenstocks.
So anyway,
Jasmine said she had 2,000 pairs of shoes.
She didn't say that.
Yeah, she did.
No,
That
she
doesn't
didn't.
surprise me
That
one
can't
bit.
be
That doesn't
possible.
surprise me one bit.
No, you
No,
can't
people
house-
said that on her behalf.
No, she didn't. Or they didn't. She said it.
Yeah, but girlies have
She
heels.
said
all sorts-
LOL.
Yeah, doesn't actually have 2,000 pair of shoes, but she has them. I guarantee she has 50.
Well, if I got all my, well, I guess I'm not including my rubber boots. Or do you include your snow boots? I guess we're not including those.
Yeah, I mean, you could. I don't have snow boots or.
But see, I have some dress shoes that I keep around, but they're not comfortable or practical anymore. So I guess I still have them, but I don't know if I wear them.
Mm-hmm.
There's probably a couple pairs of dress shoes I have. I have my walking runners. I have my running runners.
I have boots
Yeah.
that I wear.
I guess we shouldn't count snow boots.
Like cowboy boots or
They're like those, what are they called? Blundstones.
stones.
I got cowboy boots too, but I don't wear them.
Right.
Blundstones, I wear
all
those
the
a lot.
Bloodstones. My buddy got.
I have
those.
2 pairs of runners. One's for indoor, one's for outdoor.
Okay.
I have about a rotation of 3 sneakers that I can work through,
Okay.
and then sandals. I'm a big sandals guy,
All right.
not the resort.
Big Uke says he has 11 functional pairs of shoes. Penner's Pancake says probably 5 or 6. Jasmine, can you confirm your actual number? And can you send me a spreadsheet?
There's no way that anyone would have 2,000 pairs of shoes.
No.
You'd need a house just for the
you.
shoes.
You need a shoe house.
Yeah.
Well, one thing, though, I would say, that house would have a lot of soul. All right, 780-218-9999, River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. We'll talk about Macklin Celebrini's contract extension in the Oil Understood for GCL Diesel next. Chris Morris, Elks president at 3:45. Here's Benny.
Entering the final year of his entry-level contract, 20-year-old phenom Macklin Celebrini has signed a 5-year extension with the Sharks worth $18.8 million per season, becoming the highest paid player in the NHL. 2 games are live in the majors as we speak. We see the Giants over the Brewers 3-2 in the end of the 5th inning, and the Padres over the Rockies 3-0 in the end of the 4th inning. Earlier, Toronto beat Washington 5-2 before heading back home to play the Cardinals on Friday. Before today's contest, the Jays called up pitcher Chad Dallas, optioning Van Eyck to the AAA Bisons. Meanwhile, there's only 7 games left for the Riverhawks in the regular season. They rematch the North Paws in Kamloops at 7:30. Tune in on any of EST's audio streams. In football, CFL Week 9 kicks from Winnipeg tomorrow as the Lions and Blue Bombers battle. Rookie Caden Salter gets his first career start for the Lions, while running back James Butler sits out with a foot injury. To the Edmonton Elks, they have released their injury report after practice today. Both Carter O'Donnell and Nick Anderson were full participants. Running back for the Rough Riders, AJ Olette, did not practice. That game goes on Saturday at Commonwealth Stadium. In women's basketball, there's a pair of games. Atlanta hits the deck in Dallas, while the Valkyries and Mercury clash for the nightcap. The sports update is brought to you by Paramount Flooring. Edmonton is expecting some changes this offseason, and I'm talking about your flooring. Paramount Flooring brings over 30 years of trusted service and expert installation. Visit their showroom, open 7 days a week, or online at paramountflooring.ca. Reid Wilkins Show continues on the other side of the break. I'm Ben Thompson. You're up to date.
2 guys and a goalie.
See McDavid's golf swing?
Yes.
What do you think of the weird step through?
Does he always do that?
I don't know. I
See-
haven't seen him play around, but most of these natural athletes, really smooth golfers, just seems so weird to see the best hockey player in the world take a step through that. If I was golfing with my buddies, I'd be like, what the hell are you doing?
2 guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
We have what you're looking for.
GD Liquidators is Edmonton's one-stop shop for new and used warehouse, office, and industrial items since 1987. You'll find what you want when you want it. Give us a call, visit us in-store, or check out the monthly auctions at gdliquidators.com. 100% Canadian-owned and operated. We have what you are looking for. GD Liquidators.
River Cree Resort and Casino and CFCW present All Shook Up, an afternoon tribute with the King, featuring 3 of the world's best Elvis tribute artists. August 16th in the venue. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement. Bet on it.
GCL Diesel has been serving oil country since 1972. From diesel cars to SUVs to pickups. From farm tractors to school buses to a big rig. From diesel generators to forklifts, GCL can test, troubleshoot, and repair all diesel fuel system components. Whether it's injectors, pumps, turbos, filters, or additive, GCL has the parts you need to keep your diesel running the way it should. For genuine diesel parts at wholesale prices, visit GCL Diesel in the West End or online at gcldiesel.com. GCL Diesel. Diesel understood.
The Canadian Brewhouse has a happy hour for any scenario. You finished work early? Happy hour. You finished work because you accidentally hit reply all to the entire company? Big happy hour. Your boss said, great job. Happy hour. Your boss said, per my last email. Ugh, emergency happy hour. You finally closed the big deal. Happy hour. With a huge selection of ice cold drinks and great food, the Canadian Brewhouse has a happy hour for whatever just happened at work. The Canadian Brewhouse. Your day just got happier.
Ready to raise the stakes? At Play Alberta, bigger bets and buy-ins are now available for nearly all live dealer games. From blackjack to baccarat, your favorite tables are waiting to deal you in. Whether you're kicking back at home or looking for some fun on the go, now's your chance to enhance your Play Alberta experience with new elevated stakes. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. Must be 18 plus to play. If you gamble, use your game sense.
Welcome back to the Reid Wilkins Show here on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports. Don't forget, we've got Chris Morris, Elks president, coming up in about 17 minutes. The off-topic topic today for William Huff was simply shoes. Tell us about your shoes. You a shoe person, collector, wearer? These came in. Vincenzo says, I wear Vessi shoes. Very comfy and waterproof high tops and runners. Have you heard of a Vessi shoe, Reid?
I don't think so. How is it spelled?
Vessi.
I have not.
Lightweight, breathable, and fully waterproof. Okay. Nate the Builder says, Benny has the same size feet as his dad. He steals my shoes all the time.
There we go.
Leave my Hokas alone.
Yeah, Hokas I have a Hokas. They've sort of become a big thing here.
He has 10 pairs of running shoes, and he's getting ticked off that I use one of them to go to the gym. Like, you can spare a pair of shoes for this short time. That's when I was telling you guys earlier. Like, I have a good story about this. Yeah, it's that. My dad's not very happy that I'm using one of his 10 pairs of running shoes.
Are there certain shoes that fit the person more than others? Like, Tube Talks writes in and he says, I have multiple pairs of Chucks, and I've been wearing them since the late 80s. That's what I always wear. If I think of somebody that should wear Converse, Chuck Taylors,
yes,
Tube Socks.
That's Mang. That's one of the guys for sure.
Like, he fits. It's like some people fit certain cars. Like, they look proper or right.
Yeah.
Driving that car.
Yeah.
Some people look
Some
proper.
dudes just look proper in a truck, like a big jacked up truck. Like, it's one of those type of things.
Yeah.
Suits the person.
Like, you look proper in your running shoes.
Thank you. I do look comfortable, don't I?
You always look comfortable.
Thank you.
You make it look really easy.
I don't wear clothes that I feel like I don't belong in.
And
Or
sexy.
shoes. Well, yeah. I can barely see the road from the heat coming off.
It's hot.
We are in the Canadian Brewhouse studio. Speaking of some good heat, the wing flavor of the month is mango jalapeno. Flame grilled wings, tossed in a bold mango jalapeno glaze that brings the perfect balance of sweet heat. Is today Wednesday?
Yes.
Oh, Wing Wednesday at the Brewhouse, 69-cent wings. And the August wing flavor of the month, we already know that, is bourbon peach. So that'll start on Saturday. So mango jalapeno for a couple more days, and then the bourbon peach. All right. Chris Morris, president of your Edmonton Elks, coming up in 15 minutes. We'll talk about ticket sales, a little more of the business side of the team. I'm sure we'll get him to comment on the on-field product as well, which is 6-1 and playing some pretty exciting games this season. Right now, we have the oil understood for GCL Diesel, providers of the best diesel engine components around. From turbochargers to injectors, fuel pumps to sensors, they are the critical engine component experts. Proud to serve Edmonton and Northern Alberta for over 50 years, and now a partner of Edmonton Sports Talk and the Reid Wilkins Show. GCL Diesel. Diesel! Understood. Okay, so really the big news from the hockey world today is the Macklin Celebrini contract extension. So he still has a year left on his entry-level deal. Correct. Where he's making, barely $1 million bucks? Hardly anything.
Yeah.
He's
I don't know how he survives.
He's eating
$975,000 a year.
Noodles. He's eating the ramen noodles. He's eating ramen. So his 5-year extension is $18.8 million per season. So Leo Carlsson will be the highest paid player this coming season, and then it's Celebrini the following season, but who knows what's going to happen over the next 12 months. Anyway, initial thoughts from everybody. Jay, you first.
Is Macklin Celebrini deserving to be of being the highest paid player in the NHL? He's more deserving than Leo Carlsson. I'll tell you that for sure.
Yep.
The term. I don't understand the term. Like, the team is giving him, I know it's not the max he could have made, but the team's giving him a massive amount of money. They're making him the highest paid player in the NHL. I'm not sure why he didn't go the full 7 years. Now, to me, it's like, if you're a San Jose Sharks fan, I think you want to see that full 7-year term, no?
Yeah.
And say, okay, this organization is giving you a lot, give back.
Right.
Let's go max. Like, why not?
So you question him for not saying, okay,
yeah,
I'm the face
honestly,
of the team.
I think it's selfish.
Really?
I do. I absolutely do. That team is bending over for you. They're giving you everything. Give them everything.
He could have made them bend over a whole lot more.
I mean, he's the highest paid guy. That's all those players want.
Well, correct.
It's about ego.
I guarantee you, I can't remember what the cap, the highest you can go is. I think it's 21 right now. If he asked 21,
20.8 or something, yeah.
21 point, he could ask for that and they would have given that to him. 100%. To me, the 18.8 might be even considered a discount for him. He is that important to that franchise. He is already a top 10 player in the NHL at 20 years old.
I'm not disputing the value.
No, yeah, like the 18.8 is insane.
I'm saying commit to the team.
5-year deals, man. Like I think that's going to become the norm.
You're just saying if you're the face of the team, be the face of the team.
Be the leader.
I'm signing the longest possible
you want to
contract.
be, and set the bar.
I think we're watching the era of guys signing for the maximum term go away here.
So unless you're Trent Frederick.
Yeah, well, yeah. But I think
or
guys
Jake Wallman.
I think guys like that will look for max term because they know they're not.
They're in the middle, right?
They're in the middle. They just want to make sure that they're good. They're good. Yeah, it's the guys that are at the top of the NHL that know that they can demand pretty much any money they want. That will be. They're going to want to get paid when the cap keeps going up. To me, I don't think they want to be locked at a certain number. Look at Draisaitl's contract. I mean, he signed an 8-year deal. And he's at $14 million. That already looks like a discount.
Yeah,
and
in 4 years he'll be like the 80th high best player.
Like exactly.
Or something.
I'm sure but now he was doing that 8-year contract as a favor to the team. I don't think players are going to do that nowadays. You're seeing like Austin Matthews. He's been doing this where he's signing 4-year deals, 2-year deals to match the cap going up. I think 5 years is fine for him. You saw Carlson and Bedard do it. I think this is going to be the way for new NHL stars.
I've started to think about this. Perhaps this is just my age showing. I've started to think about this from a bit of a different perspective. This is, and I don't begrudge athletes making a lot of money or anybody making a lot of money. I I mean, I'm just starting to think about what are these young men going to have the motivation to do when they retire from hockey? Possibly at the age of 32, maybe. Probably a lot of them will play till 35.
Yeah.
Maybe a little older. But they are literally going to have over $100 million have earned.
Right.
Like there's going to be players hitting $200 million in career earnings. Okay, so Celebrini, I guess California, I think it has one of the highest, if not one of the. Let's say even if he's paying half of that in tax, you're going home with $9.4 million American every year for 5 years. It's so. And again, I don't begrudge it. I realize that's the market. They have a collective bargaining agreement. The players can earn a certain amount of money, but I guess I just start to think about the human side of it.
And what are they going to do?
What are you eventually going to do with all that money in your bank account? Well, are we going to get more and more into the era of former players like Derek Jeter, right? And Brady has an ownership stake where they're just going to be like, the hell with it. I want to stay in hockey. I want to own the team that I played for, or I want to own the team. I mean, Hyman owns a junior team.
Yeah.
Right.
That's where I was going to take it with you. I'm like, well, this isn't the only sport that's making this type of money now. There have been sports.
I know. But it's beyond like, oh, I'm taken care of and my family's taken care of.
Yeah.
But another thing too, it's like, okay, your family's taken care of. So if these NHL players have children, like you can't just say, don't worry, Jablonski, you don't have to work. we're like you can't create that culture in your family, can you?
Some do.
That you just don't have to work?
Well, like look at
you just like.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Look at the Bronze family. His oldest
all going to play in the NBA.
His oldest boy is playing in the NBA. The next one is going to try to make a push for it. I believe his daughter's a volleyball player.
I guess so they can really just chase whatever
they want to do.
Really want to do. So their work ethic will just be like, okay, you don't have to go work at Blockbuster Video in the summer. Yeah. You can just go to the sports camps.
Yeah, you can do
I expect you to show up on time and maintain your marks during the season, during school.
So why do you think this has changed then? Because not that long ago, Leon Draisaitl signed an 8-year, the max term.
Yeah.
With the Oilers. Why do you think players are now wanting shorter term deals?
They want the pay raise. When the cap goes up, they want to match it.
Yeah, and I forget who said it, but somebody said my theory falls flat with McDavid signing here for 2 years. Well, no, McDavid signed here for 2 years to put the team on notice.
Yeah, but maybe what if he comes out next summer and just says, $12.5 million is more than enough.
Right.
Well, that's what I signed when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I'll just stick with it.
Well, McDavid signed for that to be a leader for this team, to allow them to free up cap space.
Right.
And say, let's build a wagon around me. I'm going to give you a massive cut.
Yeah.
As a leader should do.
Yep.
I mean, I was looking at San Jose's Puckpedia. Right now, they have 7.5 in current cap space, 7.5 million. Next year, they got to find room for another 11 million with Macklin Celebrini's deal.
Oh, right. Okay, we got to take a break here because Chris Morris is coming up in about 6 minutes. We'll dive into this a little bit later on. Celebrini's big contract extension. We'll have Jay's play of the day next, and then Chris Morris to talk about a little bit more of the business side and ticket sales side of the Edmonton Elks. Here's a sports update with Ben Thompson.
Entering the final year of his entry-level contract, 20-year-old phenom Macklin Celebrini has signed a 5-year extension with the Sharks worth $18.8 million per season, making him the highest-paid player in NHL history. 2 games are live in the major leagues as we speak. The Giants dropped 3-2 over the Brewers in the bottom of the 6th inning, while the Padres over the Rockies 3-0 in the bottom of the 5th inning. Earlier today, the Blue Jays defeated the Nationals 5-2 to wrap up their road trip before returning home to open a series against the Cardinals on Friday. Prior to today's game, Toronto recalled right-hander Chad Dallas while opting reliever Ryan Van Eyck to AAA Buffalo. Meanwhile, the Edmonton Riverhawks have just 7 games remaining in the regular season. They continue their series against the Kamloops North Paws tonight with first pitch set for 7:30. You can catch all the action on any of EST's audio streams. In the CFL, Week 9 kicks off tomorrow night in Winnipeg as the Lions visit the Blue Bombers. Rookie quarterback Caden Salter will make his first career start for BC, while running back James Butler is out with a foot injury. The Edmonton Elks released their injury report following today's practice. Carter O'Donnell and Nick Anderson were both full participants, while Rough Riders running back AJ Ouellette did not practice. The two teams meet again Saturday at Commonwealth Stadium. In the WNBA, there are 2 games on the schedule tonight as the Atlanta Dream take on the Dallas Wings before the Golden State Valkyries battle the Phoenix Mercury in the late game. Sports Update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood, the Duke. Locally owned and operated, serving the Duke and surrounding area for over 30 years. Windsor Plywood has doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course plywood. Go see knowledgeable staff today at Windsor Plywood, the Duke. Chris Morris on the other side of the break here on the Reid Wilkins Show. I'm Ben Thompson, and you're up to date.
The oil stream.
You're going to say that McDavid doesn't win a cup in the next 2 years and then still takes 8 to 10 million below market value to try to make it work here?
Crazier things have happened.
I don't know if they have. I honestly don't know if anything crazier than that has happened.
The 12.5 for 2 years was the craziest thing ever. No one
This would be crazier because you gave them 2.5 years, 2 years.
And then they messed up.
And they blew it.
The oil stream presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
I know I've been crowding you lately. I want to give you your space.
Who are you talking to?
Our basement.
Need extra space at home? Get it back with Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at sentinelstorage.ca.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
River Cree Resort and Casino and CFCW present All Shook Up, an afternoon tribute with the King, featuring 3 of the world's best Elvis tribute artists. August 16th in the venue. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement. Bet on it.
Somewhere, someone is sitting on a patio that is literally part of the parking lot. They're hot, uncomfortable, and bored. Do not be that person. The Canadian Brewhouse has a rooftop, real turf, misters, fire tables, patio games, big screens, and 0 reason to be bored. This summer, your standards are higher than a parking lot, and you know it. The Canadian Brewhouse, Canada's best patios.
Looking for flooring? Paramount Flooring has it all. Sales, service, and expert installation with options for every style and budget. Open 7 days a week. We've got you covered. Quick delivery and in-stock deals. Plus, EST listeners get 10% off. Visit ParamountFlooring.ca today.
It's Jay, it's play, he's Jay, it's today. It's Jay's play of the day. It's Jay's play of the day. Jay's play of the day.
Presented by Play Alberta. When you bet with Play Alberta, you give back to Alberta. That's because it's the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. So next time you place a wager on your favorite team, know that you're also making a difference across the province through Alberta's General Revenue Fund. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. You have to be 18 and older to play. And if you gamble, use your game sense.
All right, it's CFL teaser time.
Uh-oh.
So for those of you that don't know what a teaser is, that's when you take the spreads and move them around to whatever advantage you see fit. So Jay's play of the day, CFL teaser, Winnipeg Blue Bombers -2.5, Montreal Alouettes -2, Calgary Stampeders money line, and Edmonton Elks +4.5. So I teased those lines by 5 points. Put that all together. It's been boosted to +300. So that's over at playalberta.ca. Click on sports, click on EST specials, and you'll see Jay's play of the day, the CFL teaser. And Reid, always remember to use your game sense.
All right. And did you put my long shot special up?
No, I'm going to do that. I think
we'll do that tomorrow.
It'll be the standalone tomorrow.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
So that's big time coming up there. All right, let's dive into Voices of the Game for Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated since 1993. We're more than just plywood. We offer everything from doors and flooring to decking, fencing, and custom millwork with a huge selection of hardwoods and knowledgeable staff. We're here for all your DIY needs. Windsor Plywood Leduc, the experts you need to know, and no one better to discuss some of the ticket sales stories and business operations of the Edmonton Elks than the president of the club, Chris Morris, is joining us this afternoon. Chris, you're on with Reid and Jay. How are you doing?
Good. How you guys doing?
We're doing very well. Thanks for making time for us. I know it's a busy week here getting ready for the game against the Riders. How are ticket sales going? I mean, I was told yesterday we're looking at about 1,500 a day. Are they just clipping along?
Yeah, things are clipping along. I think we're closing in on the 24,000 mark right now, which is pretty good, right? So, if we get, we're looking at opening that upper deck, and we're hoping we can get, the 32,000 you need to make sure that happens. So we're clipping along nicely.
Okay, that's obviously where I want to go next, because when I was a young guy watching you on the field, Chris, that's where I would want to be, is the upper deck. What's it take to get the upper deck open at Commonwealth? Is it simply once you get to that 32,000 mark, you open it up, or is there a process that's involved? What's the story?
Yeah, well, there's a process because it involves a whole bunch of moving pieces to open up a section of the stadium that's normally closed, right? So the process has been in motion for the week. Like at the beginning of the week, when we were over 20,000 to start, we put everything in motion to make sure that we have a plan to make sure that the upper deck can get opened on a moment's notice. So that's all set. It's all ready to go. Like, the reason we don't have it open, guys, is pretty simple, is that people want like an intimate fan experience. Like a big crowd in the lower bowl is better than having half that crowd there and half of it spread out in the upper bowl. And that decision was made many years ago. So when they closed the upper bowl, it was to make sure that when we have 30,000, which is one of the biggest crowds in the CFL, that the stadium feels full. And that's how it'll feel. When we have 32,000 in the lower bowl, it'll feel very, very full. And then if we get beyond 32,000, guys, I don't have a business degree from Princeton or anything, but when you have seats, you sell them, and then you make more money, and that your business goes pretty well. So that's our motto: sell tickets.
Okay, I'm going to be perhaps a little picky with the criteria, but you've known me long enough to know that I get picky with some of my questions. Does every ticket in the lower bowl have to be sold? Because some people might be looking at that right now and saying, okay, that's in the corner. I'd sooner be on the 45 in the upper deck. Do you know what I'm getting at?
Yeah, and I think when we start getting to that 27,000 mark, that's when we make the decision as to what we're going to do, right? Because 27,000, we feel we're going to have 3,000 to 4,000 walk up, and when we get to 27,000, I think that's when we look at opening it up. We don't want to open it up when we're still in the mid 20s, because now what you're doing is you're robbing from the atmosphere of the lower bowl. So I think the number we've decided on, and Emma Vanderwees is my director of ticketing here, and she's got a real good handle on this thing. And we talked to other people involved with ticketing. That's the sort of mark we're looking at around Friday. If we get to that mark, then we're looking at open that up.
Okay, is this purely an Elks decision, or does the city of Edmonton or other entities have to get involved in this?
Purely our decision. Our decision is what we do. Like, we have to tell them at the beginning of the week whether we're considering it or not. We have to have like extra security and all those different things. We have to decide what we're going to charge up there. Like, there was some discussion about having it as general admission, but the reality is, guys, we anticipate having the upper deck open more and more often as time goes by here, as we continue to improve as an organization, and we can continue to gain people's trust back. So we're opening up with our regular pricing, so it's P1 pricing in the first few rows, and then it gets cheaper and cheaper the higher up you go. So we want to make sure that we have integrity with the way we price. I know one of the big things I heard when I first got here was when initially they closed the upper deck, there were people sitting down in good seats down below, and one person sitting beside another, one person's paying $500 and the other person's paying $200. And that's, we don't want that. We want it to be fair. We want it to be equitable. We want it to make sense. So we're doing our very, very best to make sure that happens.
Now, is it also fair to say that should you get to the point that you want to open the upper deck, that it would be the east side, because you do have the loge seating or the loge tents on the west side, so it would would it be just the east side that's open, Chris?
It would be the east side, yeah. So that's what we're going to open up, and that's in future years. We'll look at that. We needed guys when we looked at those upper loges initially. We looked at it. Okay, how do we get revenue out of the upper deck, even though the upper deck's not open? And those upper deck loges have offered us a considerable amount of revenue as a club out of a space that was generating absolutely nothing. So that was a big play for us. Now as we go forward, maybe those loges switch sides. There's a bunch of different things we can look at as to how we're going to do it. I know later on in the year we have the CDMFA, September, I believe, we have the CDMFA in here, and they're going to go up in the top on the west side. So they'll be up there. So we just won't have the loges over there, but we're going to put those guys up in that upper spot. So just working our way through transitioning into having that upper deck open in different capacities as we get better and better.
Okay. That's good to hear. Just refresh my memory here, because you've been on this show several times in the past. I think you mentioned a few weeks ago, I think we talked to you about the new TV deal, and you said something along the lines of, we got to get 20,000 or more to break even and then make money for a home game. So is all your revenue from ticket sales? Like, do you get something from the concessions or anything else like that? I can't remember.
Yeah, so Reid, there's three. It's a pretty simple business. There's three streams of revenue in professional football for us here. Okay, so our first stream of revenue is partnership and sponsorship revenue. Okay, so that's the big one. That's the Play Albertas of the world, the James H. Browns, the Crystal Glass. Those guys want to be associated with us, and we get that revenue stream. Then there's our game day revenue. So game day combines ticketing, combines concessions, and we get a cut of the concessions. We don't get all of the concessions here at Commonwealth, but it is a better deal than they have at some other stadiums where, like, you look at BC, they get no concession money. So we make a considerable amount off that. Parking, a little bit of money. We don't have a lot of parking spaces here, obviously, but the ones we do are in premium. That new parking that we opened up at Expo with the shuttles, that's basically at cost. So the people are only paying $20 to park there, and we've got 5 buses going back and forth. So it's only like a 5-minute commute between there and the stadium. So we wanted to provide a service there rather than make money off that. And then the final stream of revenue is from the league. So the league is the disbursements of fees. There's a really complicated thing called CFL Ventures, which basically we buy on-field things that we can sell for broadcasts from the league. We sell them to the community, and then we get money back from the league. It's like a washing of money type thing. That combined with the TV revenue and all those different things provide us that third stream of revenue. If your partnership revenue is, 7 to 10 million, your ticketing revenue is, like I said, around 20,000 sold a game. Sold is different than having, 20,000 distributed is different than 20,000 sold, because there's some comp tickets, there's some promotional tickets, all that sort of thing, right? And then the TV revenue, with where it's going to be starting next year, that's now you're on the path to profitability and you can be a viable football club. Just for an example, like our partnership revenue was at 3.8 million, like the year before we started this thing over again. And like, that's just not, like, we've gone up 2 million since then. So we're highest, and I've said this before, we're the highest we've ever been with partnerships. And I think we're just scratching the surface of what we can do with this community and how we can sort of embrace the corporate community and allow them to use this place as an arm for them to give back to the community and to do a bunch of different things. And as we get more and more people in the stands, it becomes a far bigger value for our corporate community. Our TV numbers, if you look at those and you sell those alone, you guys won't believe this, but if you look at all the ways they calculate the value of TV time, ours is better than the NBA. Just slightly behind Major League Baseball, because it's dirt cheap to do that with the CFL as opposed to doing some of those other leagues. So we have exceptional value with our TV broadcasts. Our broadcasts have between 500,000 and 800,000 people watching them all the time. The Grey Cup has 4 million people watching it. So we have some great value here. We just haven't over the last few years taken advantage of some of the things that we have that are of value. And again, if you don't have that great football team, that's the catalyst that brings it all together, guys. Like this team, like, I know we're winning and everyone thinks it's because we're winning, but I'm telling you guys, the way they play together, they rally with each other. There's a special vibe. There's an energy these guys play with that people can get behind. It's not just a bunch of individuals. It's a bunch of guys a lot of these guys are going to be staying around in the off season, or they already are. They're part of our community. They're laying it all on the line for each other. people want that. People in Edmonton will pay to see that because it's a good thing. It's a pure thing, in my opinion, right? And I think that's something we've gotten back to. Ed doing a really, really good job with the 2 and 3 year contracts, making sure our guys are here long term, identifying who our guys are, and making sure we identify, okay, this is the kind of guy we want here in perpetuity. Until they're too old to play anymore, we want to keep this guy. He's an Elk. He's that kind of guy. Doing those sort of things and building our roster that way. Ed's done a tremendous job, and Mark does a great job of making sure this is a great family environment for those players that they want to be part of something. So
Elks
sorry,
President,
that was a long-winded answer. Yeah.
Sorry, no, I appreciate you being so candid with that. Elks President Chris Morris joining us here on the Reid Wilkins Show for the Voices of the Game for Windsor Plywood Leduc. I wanted to touch on the corporate partnerships a little bit more. What have you been hearing, Chris? Because you said that, you know, the team was down here and it needed to be up here, and you're moving in that direction. But what was the detractor? What you know makes you able to go to speak to those corporate sponsors, partners, and get them back in the fold?
Can I ask you guys a question?
Sure.
What's your perception you've heard about us? Has it changed in the last 6 months?
Yes.
Out in the community?
Yes.
Okay.
And number one is the team's winning on the field. And for me as a season ticket holder, as you know I am, that was always my priority. Okay?
Yep.
But I think there's a perception that the continuity with the players and having respected people, and I'm not just trying to toot your horn here, like you and like Ed and Mark in key leadership positions within the organization, that you're here for the long haul.
Okay, so that to me, so when I look at, okay, what has to change from the corporate standpoint? When I first got here 18 months ago, and I've told this story, hopefully I don't want to bore you guys, but I sat down with about 10 or 15 of the top guys. And I said, I need to talk to you guys about this place and about where we are and about where we need to go. And guys, it was an hour of just this is what's wrong and this is what's wrong. And you guys did this and you guys did that. It was a shellacking. Okay. And I sat there and I took it and I listened and I went back and I said, look, Larry and Deb don't do business that way. That's not how this place will operate going forward. Some of the things you have talked to me about will never, ever happen here again. As long as I'm here, for sure. And I can assure you with the ownership group, this won't happen. And then, guys, it's person by person. There's 20 people out in the city that despise what you're doing, hate your business practice, don't like the way you treat people, don't like the way you've done things for the last few years. And every single one of them speaks negatively about you. It spreads quickly through the city. And I think over the last few months, over the last year and a bit, we've done a very, very good job of doing some things the right way and winning some people over. And the people we've won over are people that other people in this city trust. And if you win those people over in the city of Edmonton, and the right people trust you, and the right people don't trust you just because you say the right things, you have to display that and you have to do some things the right way, then you start building again. And we were in a deep, dark place where no one trusted us. No one really wanted to listen to us. But because everything changed and there was a large turnover of people, we were given at least an ear. And that ear has allowed us to use who we are and what we want to be and the vision of the Thompson family for this community-based team to be embedded in the city of Edmonton and helping make everybody around us better. That's allowed us to dig our way out. And now we've got, instead of 20 people saying negative things, there might be 5, but they're outnumbered by the 15 who have really taken the time to get to know us. And guys, there's 2 types of people, right? There's people who are they're just negative. They're negative and they don't want to listen. And that's okay. I can't do anything about that. If you don't want to sit down with me and at least talk and look into my eyes and understand and have me show you all the things we're trying to do, I can't really do much, right? I can't change your mind and I got to just live with that. But man, if you're negative about the Edmonton Elks and what we're trying to accomplish and what we want to do with this city and for this city, you should come talk to me, because I'm telling you right now, I can go through all the different things that the Thompson family has planned, that we have planned, and we have true, genuine intent to do the right things here. And I don't know, if you can't get behind us on that, then I wish I could do more, but we just got to work with other people then. And I think we do have a really, really good start with some really good people here in the city that are now seeing what we do. They think we're doing the right things and they want to get behind us.
I just want to ask you something. I don't want to get too into the on-field and football X's and O's, obviously. But, Chris, I know you're an emotional guy. You wear your heart on your sleeve. You always have. That's why people, gravitate towards you. You've had close win after close win, overtime win, and then just last week, a real nail-biter out in Saskatchewan. Like, how are you handling this? How are you reacting to these wins? How's the ticker?
Yeah, you know what? I really like winning is so important to me, guys, but understand like all the things we're doing, and Jason, you know me, like you've known me a long time at U of A and everything else. Like you have to win in pro football, but to me, like you got to win a certain way. You got to conduct yourself in a certain way. You got to build in a certain way. And this to me, rebuilding this place was far more than just winning games. That's the number one thing. You have to do it. But guys, that's Ed. That's Mark. They're winning those games. Those guys on that team who are coming together, they're winning those games, right? And that's, for me, that's part of what we're trying to accomplish here as a whole organization. There's a lot more, though, to it. And for me, I love watching them be successful. Guys, I said we have a staff meeting every Monday, right? And we all sit down together and we all talk about, okay, here's what's coming, here are the important things, and we celebrate some good things that have happened. Like I looked at the staff this last week and I'm just so happy for some of you because you've just been crapped on for the last 5 or 6 years. And finally, there's some positive. Finally, we can be proud and walk around the city and feel good. And that's good for those guys because they really have, the ones who have stuck with us, they're good people and they've done a lot of good things. A lot of good things get lost sometimes when just a few bad things are happening. And I feel really good. I'm so happy for the people who've stuck it out here and who are still here, who like to do things the right way. There were some who didn't and they're not here anymore, but the ones who really do like doing it the right way and the way that we see as being the right way going forward, I'm just so happy that they're experiencing success. I think that's a wonderful thing.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it continues. I mean, the games have been thrilling. I appreciate you sort of taking us behind the scenes of some of the things that you do and the people that you talk to and the work that you're doing as well, Chris. We really appreciate it. I'm sure we'll see you around the stadium and around the practice field. Thank you so much for your time.
Absolutely, guys. Thanks very much. Thanks for having me on.
Chris Morris checking in. Voices of the game for Windsor Plywood Leduc, the president of your Edmonton Elks. All right, so big takeaway from that he talked about early. Ticket sales are going pretty well for Saturday's game against the Saskatchewan Roughriders, around 24,000. And the process is in motion to open the upper deck for Saturday's game. The threshold he gave would be around 27,000 seats sold by Friday. Correct me if I
think you're nailing it.
I was taking notes as quickly as I can.
27,000 was the magic
because
number.
they expect around 4,000, 5,000 walk up, right on Saturday. So then the east side upper deck would be open. Okay, so
giving me goosebumps.
That's great. So I mean, we would certainly. I mean, they had over 30,000 for the Riders game last fall when they were still kind of a long shot to make the playoffs. And we know the opponent factors into this. There are Rider fans in Edmonton, so I've heard. And then sometimes they even travel to other cities to see their team play. So this could be a good crowd. He sort of reinforced part of the decision made a couple of years ago to close the upper deck was that you could have 30,000 people, 35 sometimes, even in Commonwealth Stadium. And on TV, it looked empty because people are spaced out. So they said, let's actually create a crowd and put them in the lower bowl. I realize there are still some people out there who disagree with this decision, but that's why they did it. So they still want that crowd feeling in the lower deck and then having it spill into the upper deck. So about 24,000 sold right now, couple of days to get to 27,000 by Friday, which you'd think they would do given the pace they've been on. And then it looks like there'd be upper deck seats available for Saturday's game.
Well, and how many times have you heard, I'd go back to Commonwealth if that upper deck was open? I've heard that countless times.
Yes.
Okay, here's your chance. Because that's a general admission seat. You're saying, well, they're not open. How can I buy the tickets? Buy a ticket to the game. Get to that number and then park your ass upstairs. Do it. It's, I get it. I was an upper deck guy when I used to go to Elks games and watch as a fan. I loved it. The only way you could do that is by buying a ticket if you want to get to that upper deck.
Yeah, and he's pretty candid. Like he gave us some dollar values, which he really doesn't have to do. The team's privately owned now. right? Said they have about $3.8 million, or they had about $3.8 million in partnership revenue. I guess about 18 to 24 months ago, up $2 million since then. So I guess approaching $6 million. And he talked about it having to rebuild trust within the business community.
Mm-hmm.
I am not going to go through everybody's name that people want to blame for the past. That's in the past, but we know that there were things that had to be fixed on and off the field. And I think when we're talking about what is hopefully a successful rebuild for this team is you want to win the Grey Cup as often as possible. Okay? There's no way you can guarantee that. You can have a damn good team a lot of years and you're not going to, I mean, Winnipeg went to the Grey Cup 5 years in a row. They won 2.
Yep.
You know, like you're not going to win every year, but the Elks need to build that culture within their organization and then within the community, within Edmonton and where their fan base and their corporate support comes from, that the team maybe could have a 6-12 year and people feel like, okay, it happens. They're going to be back. I still trust how this team is run. I mean, I hope there's not a 6, but you know what I'm saying. I mean, are they going to be 6-1 at this time next year? I don't know. That's hard to do as we've seen them doing it this year, but that's Chris's job. I mean, like he said, Ed and Mark have done a great job with the on-field product. His job is to say like, hey, the Elks are a trustworthy organization. Yes, we're going to do our damnedest to win on the field, but you can trust us. You can invest with us. You can buy tickets to our games, and we're going to have that culture of good behavior and effort and accountability, regardless of that record. Hey, maybe there might be a down year or two, but that doesn't mean you scurry away from the Elks. You want those people to feel like, okay, hey, you know what? That's okay. I like what these people do. I trust these people, and I'm going to continue to be a partner of the team.
Well said.
Well, every once in a while I get it.
That was great.
Now, having said that, we could be another phenomenal football game. On
it very well could be.
Which is really what this is. I mean, I think, so I know we're over time here, Benny, and I know we got some really special guests. We got 2 FIFA World Cup referees coming up at 4:20. We may have to do all the alphabet in the final hour. That's fine. Right now I kind of forgot what I was going to say, but this is what I was going to say. I mean, ultimately, I think that in when you talk about a sports team, you want to talk about the business operations as little as possible, because that probably means they're going fine.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
I hear you. Yep.
Like, I love talking to Chris Morris. We've both known him a long time in different capacities. Ideally, you're actually not interviewing the president of the team that often. You know, I hope people understand why I'm saying that.
Yep.
Because everything's fine. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, we made money. Okay, maybe last year we made a little more or a little less, but we made money. People trust us. We got a good culture. Yeah, maybe some people left. We'll replace them with good people because people want to work here. Like, it's cool. You know what I mean? That's ultimately. Like, if sometimes I've found the more often you're talking to a president or GM or director of sales or whatever, maybe it's because there are questions that need to be asked.
Well, and to you know, in this case, Reid, this was simply, I mean, the number one priority here or question was in regard to the upper deck. I mean, that is something that a lot of fans, I believe,
that's the story
want
today. That's the story today. Right.
And there's a path to it.
Right.
Have 27,000 seats sold by Friday.
Yeah.
And the upper deck shall open.
And I'm not saying, like, we want the attendance to grow, and I'm not saying that should ever be taken for granted, but you'd like it to be at a point where it's not a story. Okay, some games are bigger than others,
exactly.
But there's always, like, I've had season tickets since 97. Benny and I were sitting there yesterday before you got in, looking at attendance from, like, 97.
Oh, I was there.
Oh, you were there?
Yeah, in the 80s, Reid.
Yeah. Well, that was a different stratosphere.
Like 50-some thousand average.
But like there were years there was like one game below 30,000, even like 20 years ago. You know, I don't know if it's going to get. We know other things have changed around the CFL and sports and stuff. But you know, Chris said to me, "Why do you think there's a better perception of the team?" I gave my answer. I want to win. I want to go into Regina and see my team win and break the hearts of the Riders.
Yep.
And then I want to feel like, okay, Is this president know what he's doing? Is Chris Jones here for a year? Is he here for 2 years? Is he going to leave again? Why is Cornelius the quarterback? You know, like you want to trust them, and I have that, and I think that's out in the corporate world as well. Okay, we got to do a break here. Benny, how do you want to do this? This will be the 4 o'clock and the 4:20 break.
Sure.
Okay, and you're going to have to deal with that.
Yep.
And then we'll lead into the FIFA guys when we get back.
Okay.
The Lock Shop.
And obviously, you know, I am a longtime supporter of the Montreal Canadiens. I just look at everybody that they've got done for under 10 million. I'm just like, this is brilliant stuff. Like what they've managed to do there. You got Caulfield who can score 50 at under 8. Slavkovsky's under 8. Suzuki's under 8. Hudson and Dobson are both under 10. Demidov's locked in now at under 10.
The Lock Shop, weekday mornings at 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
You've always known GCL Diesel as the experts in diesel fuel systems, but did you know that GCL is also your source for turbochargers and turbo repair? As a turbo supplier for Garrett, Borg Warner, and Holset, GCL can provide genuine original equipment turbos at wholesale prices. Whether it's diesel, gas, natural gas, or performance, we can provide you with the turbo or custom repair you require. Turbo questions? We've got turbo answers. Visit us in the West End or online at gcldiesel.com. GCL Diesel, turbochargers, understood.
Looking for a delicious meal without the hassle? Head to Pasta Pantry in Sherwood Park, your home of the game day meal. From handcrafted fresh pasta with rich homemade sauces to ready-to-heat family meals, Pasta Pantry brings authentic Italian flavor straight to your table. For over 30 years, Pasta Pantry has served hot, delicious comfort food made right in our kitchen. We do it fast so you can slow down. Visit Pasta Pantry in Sherwood Park today and taste the difference fresh makes. Pasta Pantry, real food, real fast, real good.
Kickoff is coming. Are you in? August 1st. Elks, Rough Riders at Play Alberta Field at Commonwealth Stadium. The prehistoric party is back and bigger than ever. Presented by Purolator Tackle Hunger. Experience family-friendly dinosaur-themed fun all game long. All in support of local food banks. Every catch, every tackle, every touchdown. The best way to experience it is being there when it happens. Edmonton Elks. Our city. Our year. Get your tickets now at goelks.com/tickets.
Time for a new career in 2026? Or maybe your kid is still pondering their path. Good news! Weiss Johnson is hiring. Hi, it's Dennis, and not only are we hiring for heating and air conditioning, we're also looking for experienced plumbers and gas fitters. With the growth in residential development, there's no shortage of opportunities at Weiss Johnson. Choose your path with us. Learn from one of the industry leaders, and we will grow together. Receive great benefits and school reimbursement as well. Visit weiss-johnson.com today.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric.
Marshall Ferguson, CFL on TSN.
I mean, heck, guys, I was covering the Philpott Bowl last week. During the pregame introductions, they're like, number 85, Jalen Philpott, and the crowd popped. Like, with my headset on, and I took my headset off, I'm like, oh my God, did they just actually, like, lose their minds in a pregame introduction? That never happens in the CFL. So, homegrown heroes, to me, the Alouettes have probably got 2 of the top 5 when it comes to Tyson and Deus Alexander right now. It's just the reality.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric, weekday mornings 6 to 9, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Ready to raise the stakes? At Play Alberta, bigger bets and buy-ins are now available for nearly all live dealer games. From blackjack to baccarat, your favorite tables are waiting to deal you in. Whether you're kicking back at home or looking for some fun on the go, now's your chance to enhance your Play Alberta experience with new elevated stakes. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. Must be 18 plus to play. If you gamble, use your game sense. At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
When gambling, set a budget before you play. Stay informed and visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your game sense.
I know I've been crowding you lately. I want to give you your space.
Who are you talking to?
Our basement.
Need extra space at home? Get it back with Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at sentinelstorage.ca.
Since 1952, William Huff has been the heartbeat of Edmonton's advertising world. From humble beginnings to a citywide powerhouse, we've been the go-to for signage from print to design and installation. Partnering with Edmonton's top sports franchises and major events, we've helped shape the city's global reputation. Our secret? Unmatched customer service, decades of experience, and a passion for excellence we call the William Huff Advantage. Visit us online at williamhuff.com.
All right, great to have Elks President Chris Morris on the show. So one of the headlines from that segment was 24,000 seats sold for the Saturday game against the Saskatchewan Roughriders. That's 5 o'clock, Play Alberta Field at Commonwealth Stadium. If they could get to 27,000 by Friday, which they are on pace to do, then very, very likely the east side upper deck opens for the game because they're expecting a walk-up of 4,000 to 5,000. What's the capacity? 31,025?
Yes.
Chris was saying 32, but rounding off a little bit. So good ticket sales, and hopefully a sign of things to come here for the green and gold, and they're having a heck of a season on the field with a record of 6-1. Many of those victories in thrilling fashion. All right, we have been bringing you our second, we'll call it second annual, because I think it's been going well enough we want to do it every year.
Oh, for sure.
At some point in the summer, our second annual Ref Week. And we have a couple really special guests today. We're going to go to the Oil Country Towing video hotline. Oil Country Towing, Edmonton's most trusted 24/7 roadside rescue team, fast, safe, and reliable for over 15 years. Whether it's game day or a snowstorm, we work as hard as your favorite team to get you going. Call 780-986-6088 for all your towing needs. I'm excited for these two gentlemen because they just were working the biggest sports tournament in the world, the FIFA World Cup. If you're on YouTube, you're going to see them on our Benny had to work to get this done technically, but here we go. I will first introduce Drew Fischer. Drew, it's Reid and Jay. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing very well. Thanks for joining us. And Michael, you sent me the right pronunciation of your name. Some of the pressure's on for me to say it properly, but correct me if I'm wrong. Michael Barwegen also joining us.
That is correct. Well, thanks for being here.
I got it. Okay, so you guys, I know you work at MLS. I know you worked at the World Cup. We want to get to that, but I love to start at the beginning. Drew, we'll start with you. If you can give us a Cole's Notes, like you're in Calgary. I want to know how you go from, hey, I'm whatever age and I start officiating, and then I'm doing, the big World Cup.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a kind of the story that you've heard from referees in other sports too. But I think Mike and I were in the same kind of boat. We both started at 13, 14 years old, something like that. Seemed like a decent way to make a little money on the weekend in between school. And then you just kind of work your way up from there. It's the same path as players take, basically, right? You keep moving up first in age groups and then in kind of levels, and you move through the amateur ranks and then the pros.
Michael, what about you? Like, do you remember your first match that you ever worked, and what really fired you up about it?
I mean, the first match I ever worked, that was definitely when I was 12 years old, and it was at the local school, like 3 blocks from where I am currently. And I'm pretty sure I made at least 7 mistakes during that match. But yeah, I started basically the same idea as a way to make some extra cash on the side as a small kid.
Okay, and you're in Coaldale?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, and Drew, you grew up in Calgary as well. You came up through that system. Okay, awesome. So, where did you guys first meet each other, by the way?
Ooh, that's a good question. The best I can come up with is somewhere in the early 2000s.
That's probably correct.
Yeah, if I had to guess, it's probably 2002, 2001, something like that.
Okay, so very, very familiar with each other. I gotta. Before we have a lot of questions. We have people saying, "Hey, make sure you ask them this." So we'll have some listener involvement as well. But we have our chat on YouTube, and somebody posted just a big yellow square for the yellow card. Now Jasmine, who's on one of our shows, has put up the red card. So they're embracing the opportunity to hear from you guys. Michael, I'll start with you for this one. First international match you worked. Like, when did that opportunity come your way?
So the first international match that I ever did, I received the FIFA badge in December 2017. It showed up in the mail. And January 31st, I was on an airplane to Trinidad to do the Caribbean Flow Championship, which was just some Caribbean clubs playing off to move on to the next round out in Trinidad there. So that's where my first one was.
Drew, what was yours?
I started at CONCACAF Under-17 tournament in Honduras. So right out of the box, after I made it to the international list, I spent 3.5 weeks in San Pedro Sula refereeing Under-17 games.
Okay, incredible stuff. Okay, so when FIFA calls, and I know you guys, and Drew, I should plug you. You're 2-time MLS Ref of the Year.
Yep.
Okay, pretty awesome stuff. So are you already doing MLS and games like that before FIFA will even sort of look at you guys, so to speak?
Yeah, so there aren't actually a lot of technical requirements to become a FIFA referee, at least on paper. There's obviously a lot of selection process that goes into it, but one of them is you have to have been working in the top division in your country for at least 2 years. So by the time, for the most part, by the time you get a FIFA badge at the time, I basically had to be working in MLS for 2 years. Since that time, the CPL has come in, which is technically Canada's first division. So you can actually get a FIFA badge by working in the CPL.
Okay. And you've had a similar journey then, Michael, through those leagues?
Similar, except I was a little bit the exception to the rule. I got my FIFA badge before I was hired in MLS. It was like 1 year before, and that opened up my availability for that first year. And suddenly I'm on the international doing a whole bunch of travel that first year, more than the domestic MLS.
Okay. All right. So now I got to ask you guys this. So World Cup 2026, when did you find out? I mean, that must have been a massive day, personally and professionally.
Go ahead, Mike.
Well, so I found out when Drew texted me. That's because he got the text from someone who got the text, who got the text, who got a message, who saw a piece of paper somewhere in the world. You would really think we find out these things in some huge formality. We knew the announcement was coming, and it was like, oh, it's coming this day, and it's like, so you're sitting around waiting for an email or something. And it didn't come, and it was like, oh, I think they delayed. They're going to tell everybody later. And it's like, well, okay, so we're just sitting on pins and needles basically for a week. But yeah, Drew texted me that morning. He had heard from someone, and the official announcement came about 30 minutes to an hour later that you get the actual letter saying, hey, congratulations, you're going.
Okay, and before we get yours, Drew, like how far? Because the tournament was started mid-June. Like how far ahead of time did you know?
So this one was really weird because typically the announcement for the World Cup is usually like 6 months ahead. So before the World Cup in Qatar, which didn't start until November, we found out in May. And so originally we were expecting something similar, early January, something like that. We thought this list was coming. And then in the end, it didn't come until mid-April. So it was very, very late this year. So by that point, the list had been kind of whittled down. So if you imagine there was maybe within our region, for instance, there were 9 referees wound up going to the World Cup, and it had already been reduced to about 12 names at that point. So people had a reasonable idea that they had a shot, but you're still sitting there not knowing when the last cutoff is going to be.
Okay, and both you guys did Qatar?
Just me. I was there as a VAR actually in Qatar.
Oh, geez, we could probably do a whole show on VAR.
Is VAR going to be brought up at some point?
Probably at some point. Okay, this is so awesome. I'll go this direction next. Was there not an all Canadian officiating crew at the World Cup? What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, this was the first one ever. We've never had a full Canadian on-field trio go to the World Cup. Prior to the three of us, there had been 2 assistant referees that had been to the World Cup, and 1 referee about 52 years ago, went to the World Cup, and nobody blowing the whistle in between. So this was the first time that we'd ever had 3 Canadians on the field at the same time.
Okay, so and who was the third?
A guy named by the name of Lias Arfa, who is from, he lives now in Quebec City. He grew up in Montreal.
Okay, yeah, we looked at a picture of that earlier today. That must have been an awesome moment. All right, so you guys are I know you're gonna roll your eyes now. I know you're gonna be like, there's Reid in Edmonton. He's been covering the Oilers all these years. He was just talking Elks. And I watched a lot of World Cup. It was awesome for us because like the games are on during the day. So we're like, there's our work day. Oh, I gotta watch the game. So what are they like? I still say the ref and the linesman. But what are the actual titles of the people?
So the 3 that you're normally thinking of would be the referee and the assistant referee. The name changed away from linesman about 25 years ago, 30 years ago, but it's still stuck around in sort of common parlance. But every game has a referee, 2 assistant referees, and then there's 2 reserve referees who are on the sideline. They're called the 4th official and the reserve assistant referee. And then we have three people in the booth that are the VAR and the 2 assistant VARs.
Okay, so what at the World Cup did you guys cycle through those roles like umpires will in baseball, or how did it work?
Yeah, so some of them. So the referee and the assistant referee are 2 completely different skill sets and 2 completely different worlds. So Michael and Lias are assistant referees, and they'll stay as assistant referees, and they'll also move to being reserve assistant referees when we rotate. The referees will be referees and 4th officials, and then the people who are VARs are only VARs.
Okay, so Michael, how many matches did you wind up working?
So I did 5 matches. That was 3 as the Canadian trio, so 3 as an assistant referee, and then I was reserve assistant referee twice, while Drew was 4th official those same 2 times. So we both did 5.
Okay, so Drew, you were the head referee for 5, or was yours? Did you do one of the other duties that you could do as well?
I refereed 3 games and was 4th official on 2 games.
Okay, I read that Michael, I apologize if you were part of this game as well. I read that Drew was part of it. Maybe one of the most captivating games of the tournament, Cabo Verde against Argentina. Like, what's it like? Like, I know it's your profession, and I know you're locked in. But did you ever have a holy crap, this is an amazing match moment before or after that game?
I think when the appointment came out, and like we were excited to get a knockout game, right? Like getting another appointment, it's like you've done well enough at the tournament just to get another knockout game. We're gonna go do Argentina. Like, okay, great. We're doing a huge like World Cup, like world football soccer power, and it's like, okay, this is great. And they're gonna do Cabo Verde, who's been putting on a great tournament. And look, everybody had their opinion on what was going to happen in that match, and I don't know that half the population was correct about whatever their opinion was, because when that game started, I think it was very exciting the whole way through. Obviously, we're focused and ready to go the whole time, but you definitely feel the energy in the game from the players and from the environment around you, and it was a spectacle through and through.
Drew, you want to add anything?
Yeah, I think the fun part about games like that is it's the entire thing feels unexpected, and it's not completely unexpected to everybody. We do a bunch of tactical preparation before each match, and we sit down with one of the two professional coaches that sit and work with us and try to prepare us for team tactics and the approaches of the teams, and try to get ready so that we know where we need to position ourselves, what we need to look for, what we need to be concerned with. And I remember towards the end of it, he said, I think the entire world is expecting Argentina to just run over them here. And he said, I really think they're going to struggle. Like, I think they're going to have a lot of tough work here. And I remember about an hour into the game, sitting there and going, man, oh man, he was right. Like, he had this exactly right. They've got all they can handle here. So that whole experience is a lot of fun.
I have so many questions, so I'll try. And these are kind of tacky questions. I'm just going to admit it, but these are things that come out of my weird brain. Like, what language are you speaking when you're refereeing? And like, how many different languages does FIFA require you to be competent with?
FIFA only requires us to speak English. And the only reason that they require that even is so that when we have seminars and when we have classroom sessions, there is a language that everybody can kind of learn in. And so that's become the default language. And most teams have players who speak English to some degree, but some don't. And I mean, I'm obviously, the English speakers are easy. I'm fluent in French. That helps me out with a few teams here and there. My Spanish is passable, so that helps me out, especially in our region with lots of teams. And then after that, you rely on body language and simple words and just the little things that can communicate. You're not going to be able to have lengthy conversations with the guys who don't speak any of those three languages. So you make do with what you have, and a lot of the time it's short and to the point.
Okay, another simple question, but just got to know what's in that can. I mean, is that shaving gel? Is that foam? Is that edible? Does it have to be edible? Is that bought at the stores? Like, what is that stuff?
You do not want to eat anything inside that can. It is not edible. I'll go on record here saying that. It's specifically designed as just like an evaporation spray. That's what it is. It's exactly what it is. It expands like foam and then evaporates, mostly in a liquid water form, just to make the line on the field for a few minutes.
It does look like tasty.
Shaving cream, but
yeah. That's what I thought it was at first. And the players still try to cheat. Even once you draw the line, they still try to move over it.
And then I guess Drew, as the referee, what's under your guys' jerseys? Because it always looks like you're packing ice packs around on your shoulders. Like, what's under all that?
So this tournament, we have two things. The first one that you'll see just about everywhere now in any kind of professional soccer is we've got a communication kit. And so we've got a headset mounted off our ear, and it goes to a receiver that I wear on one arm. We have a few guys who wear it on their back, but I find it a little more comfortable on my arm, so it goes there. And then for this tournament, we also had the ref cam, which you would have seen some pretty great footage from throughout the tournament. And that has a transmitter and a battery pack that sits on my other arm. So that's why we all wind up looking a little bit square. But yeah, we've got a bunch of electronics on there that help us, I guess, help us communicate either with each other or with the world through the camera.
Okay, we got Drew Fischer here, Michael Barwegen. They're both Albertans. They both just worked at the FIFA World Cup for Ref Week. We're talking about their experience. We have a lot to get to. We're going to ask you a couple more, then we'll take a break and come back, and then we're really going to drill you. No, I'm joking. but okay, so you mentioned the communication. So Michael, you're on the lines.
Yep.
Can you? This is going to sound really stupid. I'm sorry, but I honestly am not sure. Can you actually call a foul, or do you have to say to Drew, like, I got something, and then he says yes? I also, like, you know what I mean?
So technically, the technical answer is Drew is the only one who's calling a foul, because the foul is called when the whistle goes. So technically, there you go. However, as an assistant referee with the flag, if we raise it and give it a little wiggle, that's the signal for that we indicate that there's a foul, and we expect the referee or would like him to stop the play, and so we're assisting him that way. In actuality, before anything happens with the flag in front of me, I am articulating that, and we're communicating the whole time. That radio communication system between the referee and the assistant referees is open all the time. So we are talking all the time. The fourth official can hear us all the time, and he has a button so that when the coach is yelling at him, we don't hear the coach. And then everybody up in the VAR booth, their communication system is also a push to talk. So we don't hear them, but they hear everything we are saying. So they get the whole context of the decisions we're making or what we're saying communication-wise. So I am assisting in such a way to, if there's an angle of view or something that Drew can't see, then I am giving him either information or a foul, especially when he's maybe farther away from the play or that. But the technical answer is Drew is the only one who's literally stopping play for a foul.
Okay, that clears that up. Thank you for that. All right, so then also as assistant referee, and I think this is one maybe that you guys, like, you're Canadians, so there's a lot of hockey fans. They watch the World Cup. The next soccer they watch is the next World Cup. Right. A goal is scored. Everybody's running around. Wait a minute, the flag is up for offside. Yeah. And a lot of people will say, why did we have to wait 12 seconds for that? Not always, I understand, but you get what I'm getting at.
Yeah, so as an assistant referee, we would like to stop the play as quickly as possible. Obviously, we don't want, the ball in the goal and everybody happy, and then we get to be the bearer of, joy killers. But the flip side is when there's an imminent goal scoring opportunity, if we put up the flag, call offside, and Drew stops the play, if we're wrong, we can't fix it. And so what we do is we give it that delay. And so with the delay, we go, I'll say delay at the moment that I have offside. Drew goes, acknowledged, I heard you, whatever. And then when the play, either goes out of bounds or out, or the team takes the ball and turns away so that goal scoring opportunity stopped, we'll call offside then. So the idea being that if I'm wrong when I'm calling someone offside, and we haven't stopped the play and the ball goes in the net, they can go, hey, you were wrong, but we can still award the goal, right? And now there's different levels of, hey, we want to stop the ball here, we don't want it here. There's lots of gray areas where we may want this more and or less, but these players, they're running, max effort past, and we're talking fractions of a second and making decisions, even with whatever technology we have helping us. But there is definitely some room for, I didn't quite see that right. We're going to wait and make sure they get that opportunity.
Okay. I'm going to ask you one more before the break. And then when we come back, we're going to talk about diving and yellow cards. And quite frankly, I don't like how some of the players treated the refs.
Communication.
But communication. So I should tell everybody, Dave Gantar is an Edmontonian who's ref FIFA at a high level. He virtually introduced me to you guys. That's how this came about. And I was lucky enough to interview Dave a couple times. And I think once he told me he had to wake up in the morning and take his pulse and his heart rate and send it to FIFA. Is that true? Does that happen?
Yeah. So I starting basically from when they announced the list, I've been sending in heart rate data every morning to them. They keep an eye on our fitness training. They keep an eye on the loads that we go through. So they sent us GPS, the little player trackers that you see players wearing in the small of their back and that kind of thing. We had basically the same stuff so that they could keep an eye on what kind of training we were doing, what our response to it was in terms of fatigue, in terms of recovery and all that kind of stuff. And then through the tournament, especially, they use that data to kind of inform what our day-to-day training would be, so that we didn't over or under train based on what was coming next.
Man, I'm glad they don't do that for broadcasters. Oh, Reid had chips again last night. All right. This is great. We're going to take a break. We'll come back and continue with Ref Week. You're hearing from Drew Fischer and Michael Barwegen. Drew's in Calgary. Michael's in Coaldale. They are at the highest level of their sport. They just got back from the FIFA World Cup. More with them after the break here with Benny.
superstar Macklin Celebrini is staying in San Jose for the long haul. The 20-year-old has signed a 5-year extension worth $18.8 million annually, making him the highest paid player in the NHL. 2 games are underway in the major leagues as we speak. The Giants are up 14-3 on the Brewers in the bottom of the 8th inning, while the Padres are leading the Rockies 3-1 in the top of the 9th. Earlier today, the Blue Jays closed out their series in Washington with a 5-2 victory over the Nationals. Toronto now returns home to host the Cardinals on Friday. Before first pitch, the Jays recalled right-hander Chad Dallas and optioned Ryan Van Eyck to AAA Buffalo. The Edmonton Riverhawks are down to their final 7 regular season games. They continue their series against the Kamloops Northpaws tonight with the first pitch scheduled for 7:30. Listen live on any of EST's audio streams. Week 9 of the CFL season begins tomorrow night in Winnipeg as the Lions take on the Blue Bombers. Rookie quarterback Caden Salter will make his first CFL start for BC, while running back James Butler will miss the game with a foot injury. The Edmonton Elks released their injury report following today's practice. Carter O'Donnell and Nick Anderson were both full participants, while Saskatchewan running back AJ Ouellette did not practice. The Elks and Rough Riders meet Saturday at Commonwealth Stadium. And in the WNBA, the Atlanta Dream visit the Dallas Wings, while the Golden State Valkyries square off against the Phoenix Mercury in the late matchup. The Sports Update is brought to you by The Ranch. The Ranch Golf Club delivers premier conditions, top-notch service, and unmatched value every round. That's why they're Alberta's top choice for corporate golf events. Visit theranchgolf.com to book a tee time today. Ref Week continues on the other side of the break here. I'm Ben Thompson, and you're up to date.
The EST Hangout.
Maybe we mobilize the Nasties and make it so that it's like a thing that the Nasties go to Landmark Cinemas downtown. So that the theater that's closest to you, and actually it's closest to me too geographically, doesn't go under.
Well, we could do, it's like
the
go during the day.
Simultaneously revitalize downtown. It'd be the Edmonton Sports Talk Nasty Revitalization Coalition or something.
Oh, I like that.
The EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage. Weekday mornings 9 to 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences. Plus, all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom. And from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
Ready to raise the stakes? At Play Alberta, bigger bets and buy-ins are now available for nearly all live dealer games. From blackjack to baccarat, your favorite tables are waiting to deal you in. Whether you're kicking back at home or looking for some fun on the go, now's your chance to enhance your Play Alberta experience with new elevated stakes. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. Must be 18 plus to play. If you gamble, use your game sense.
I know I've been crowding you lately. I want to give you your space.
Who are you talking to?
Our basement.
Need extra space at home? Get it back with Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at sentinelstorage.ca.
2 guys and a goalie.
You see McDavid's golf swing?
Yes.
What do you think of the weird step through?
Does he always do that?
I don't know. I haven't seen him play around, but most of these natural athletes, really smooth golfers, just seems so weird to see the best hockey in the player in the world take a step through that. If it was golfing with my buddies, I'd be like, what the hell are you doing?
2 guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Edmonton Sports Talk is presented by Play Alberta. Go to playalberta.ca. Look for EST specials and Jay's Play of the Day. Always fun to sprinkle on that. We want you to sprinkle a thumbs up if you're on YouTube. Click that thumbs up button. We want to get to 100 likes every show. And portions of this hour presented by Commonwealth Stadium. Big concert, summer and fall there at Commonwealth. Next on the docket, Sunday, August 9th, the AC/DC Power Up Tour. They just had Post Malone and Jelly Roll through town. AC/DC coming up on August 9th. Guns N' Roses August 26th. And Foo Fighters will be September 17th. Commonwealth Stadium, also the presenting sponsor for our Green and Gold kickoff and post-game shows before and after every Edmonton Elks game. All right, it is Ref Week here on the show. Drew Fischer and Michael Barwegen both worked the FIFA World Cup. Drew in Calgary, Michael in Coaldale. So we're going over their experience, their ref journey, and we're going to dive into some other topics right now. You guys are going to love this. I have a mother who's a passionate sports fan. And I said we're taking listener questions. You know, a lot of people want to ask the language question. I got a text from my mother during the commercial. It says, ask them if the players embellish.
Of course, players embellish. Players embellish in every sport. I don't think that you're gonna find one anywhere. You guys can do the exact same story on hockey, on basketball. You'll see it just about everywhere. There's been complaints about football quarterbacks embellishing contact to get roughing the passer penalties. Players are competitive and they're seeking to gain any advantage that they can, and sometimes that includes in our sport trying to get a free kick that maybe they don't deserve or maybe they do deserve, but they think we won't give it if they don't embellish. So yeah, absolutely, players embellish, and on some level you almost can't blame them, right? That's the nature of the sport a little bit.
Go ahead, Reid.
Wait a minute, I'm not done with the embellishment.
Okay.
It's just okay. And again, this is from a hockey country type of question. But yeah, get up. Like, don't roll around for 30. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're both grinning. Like, Michael, you know what I mean? That's why fans get frustrated.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. The comparison, I mean, we're in hockey country. You have the comparison and such. But, sometimes they're on the ground a little bit longer. And the game's 90 minutes straight with no subs. I mean, the hockey guys, they're going, a few seconds, and they go sit down for a minute or two. So if the guy's on the ground and he's getting his team a little bit of a breather too, I mean, any competitive advantage, right?
There must be a time you really suspected a guy though, and maybe when do you deliver that message, or there subtle things you can say like, really? I don't know. I mean, I'm not on the field.
Yeah. I think there's a range of situations, right? At the extreme end, there's going to be actual simulation, which differs from embellishment. If you imagine embellishment is making something look worse than it is, simulation is trying to convince me, the referee, that something happened that didn't, right? And in cases of simulation, that's what we're actually looking to typically punish with yellow cards when sort of the moment hits. That's not that common, really. True simulation doesn't happen all that often. The embellishment side, the part that I think probably frustrates people from the outside is sometimes the embellishment still is a foul, right? There are definitely spots where players will come to the referees afterwards and say, if I don't do that there, you won't call it. And on some level, they might be right sometimes, right? There's going to be cases where if they react like nothing happened, maybe they're not going to get that decision all the time. We try to avoid that, but that doesn't mean that we're perfect with that either. So sometimes you call the foul knowing that there's been some embellishment there, and a lot of the times, we'll have a word with the player. There's lots of times where we'll call a foul, and the first thing I'll say to the player as he gets up off the ground is, that's not going to be a foul all day. Like, those aren't always going to be a foul. So just be careful. The next time you go down like that, it might not be. And for the most part, the professional players understand, right? They get the game too. And so lots of them will just kind of look at you like, no, okay, I get it. I'll find my line.
Well, speaking of discussing and conversing with players, I gotta say, and by the way, we're joined by Drew Fischer and Michael Barwegen here. It's Ref Week. These are FIFA and MLS referees. I have never seen a sport where a referee is publicly berated as much as I've seen in soccer. And specifically, let's just talk about as recent as this World Cup. I mean, there's times where players are almost chasing you around the field, yelling at you. Like, What is that? What's going on? What's the back and forth there? And like packs, like a herd mentality coming around you. What's going through? What's being said?
It depends. Sometimes, honestly, what's being said is incredibly tame. It's far, far, far tamer than what you'd expect from what it looks like outside. And it means that sometimes we have to judge our response to the players based a little bit more on what it's going to look like to everybody else than on what they're actually saying. And so lots of times you'll have a conversation with a player that's basically, quit waving your arms at me. Like, I really don't care about this conversation we're having. This is fine, but I can't have you waving your arms around looking like a lunatic, because now everybody thinks you're being a lunatic, right? And you and I know that's not what's going on, but nobody else does. I think the mobbing of referees is something that the game has tried to crack down on and reduce a little bit. We've tried to have a little more emphasis on having captains speak to the referees as opposed to 6 players at a time speaking to the referees. It's difficult. You know, it's been a difficult process. There's years and years and years of learned behavior that we're trying to modify from players. And at the end of the day, especially in an environment like the one we were just in the World Cup, we all have to remember that this is the biggest moment for everybody involved. This is the biggest moment, certainly of the last 4 years for the players, in some cases for their whole lives. And so there's going to be a level of energy there and a level of passion and a level of kind of commitment to the cause that you won't necessarily see everywhere else. And so you have to accept a little bit of that along the way too.
These guys are so calm, eh? I guess that's why they're good at their jobs. They're good communicators. What do you guys think of the hydration breaks?
Go ahead, Mike.
I was going to say it changes the game. I'll tell you that. I was not a huge fan. It changes it a little bit. But I mean, it was the decision, and we kind of went consistently through the tournament, but being able to play through, the whole half without having that stop is probably something I personally would prefer.
We did have, we had a couple of games. The one in particular, the Argentina Cabo Verde game that we talked about. Honestly, whether they had put them in for the entire tournament or not, we would have absolutely had them in that game. The games in Miami, for example, were incredibly hot, even in the evenings, and incredibly humid. And at some point, it would have been difficult for players to get through the games without it. We saw some games where the players were a little bit slow and sluggish because of the heat, and that would be even worse if you didn't have the hydration break. So in lots of cases, it can help. It does break up the rhythm a little bit, but I think for us, it was nice to be able to stop and take some water on.
Okay, I've brought this up on shows I've hosted for years, so I'm glad I get to ask you guys this question. And I brought it up during the World Cup, and I'm glad, Michael, you explained a few minutes ago about how the assistant referee can see a foul and communicate, to Drew. But hockey added a ref who can call penalties. Basketball went from 2 to 3. Major League Baseball adds the guys down the line in the postseason. So even if the assistant referees can do what Michael described, sometimes I look at it and I'm like, there's 22 players on the field and there's just the one head referee and he's running all over. Like he's running probably a half marathon or close every game. Is it time to have a second referee, second set of eyes, second angles, like divide it up a little bit? Like what am I missing here?
So look, there is one referee on the center of the field there, and they're making all the decisions. And Drew's getting assistance from both assistant referees, and the fourth official has a microphone. So if he sees something, they're there. So we're at 4 pairs of eyes for sure that everybody can communicate and stop something if something happens. Everybody kind of has their zone or area you're looking at different moments during the match. If the play's in one half of the field, the assistant referee who is on the other half, they're looking on that backside. They're looking at things. Now, obviously, you don't have as good of an angle down there, but if we throw more people with whistles on the field there, I mean, we're going to get varying opinions at different moments. And so maybe we lose some of that consistency. And the more people we throw in the middle of the pitch there, we're just going to take up space. And so I think part of the game is being able to move into those spaces, and people love seeing, how teams move the ball. Well, if we throw a few more people, how many times have you seen a referee like be upset that they got hit by the ball or ran into a player? They're doing their best to avoid everybody. But if we throw extra bodies out there, I think you're just going to be more frustrated.
Okay, good. You got an answer for everything. All right. Here's another one. And this has come up with a couple messages we've got. Time added on. Like, how do you, are you stopping your own watch? Like, what's going on?
That is a great question. So you don't have to go back all that far. You can probably go back 6 years and maybe 7 years. And you're at a place where we were still pretty much guessing how much the added time was going to be. And it was a really loose calculation based on the number of times a trainer had to come on the field and the number of times they'd made a substitute, and all of those things kind of just came out to a number. And then what we found was it probably wasn't enough. We weren't adding enough time for what was there. And when VAR came in and we started having an extra body sitting in a booth who had a piece of paper and a chance to be in a calm space, it turned out it was actually quite easy to get them to keep track of a lot of this time. So in both MLS and in the World Cup, we've got one of the VARs who's up there literally taking notes every time there's a substitute, every time there's an injury, every time there's a goal celebration, every time there's something we should be adding time for. And it's pretty much math now. He's sitting there saying, okay, we had 25 seconds on that substitute. We had 1 minute and 15 seconds on that injury. Adds it all up, and we get to the end. And okay, yes, of course, we're kind of rounding it off to the nearest number because that's what's going to go on the board. But basically, it's just about straight math now. So it's a little bit easier from our standpoint. I hope it's a little bit clearer for fans at that point. But the consequences, for the most part, the numbers have gotten bigger. It used to be very normal that the second half of games would have 2 or 3 minutes, and now it's pretty routine to see 6 or 7 minutes in the second half of the game because we're just being a little more accurate with it.
Okay. I have another question that came in from a listener, and this is just a genuine interest. I would find the answer fascinating, but how many miles do you both put on, like as a referee per game and as an assistant referee going up and down that sideline? Have you tracked that? I'm sure you have.
Michael, what are you?
I'm usually, if you include warm up, it's 6 or 7 kilometers usually. And you're about 30-40% higher than that?
The World Cup, I was between 11 and 14 kilometers, depending on the game.
That's amazing.
So
I
over
run half
more,
of a half marathon.
Yeah, exactly. I run more. He sprints more.
Good point.
Basically the trade-off, right? So a lot more of his 7K is sprinting than mine is, but I have to do a lot more distance than he does.
Michael, I just when you're in the assistant referee position, and I don't know how you possibly can see the offside so accurately. I mean, when they show it on the replay and you see that big sheet of paper come down and there's an elbow sticking through it that suggests it's offside. Like, how do you train for that? How do you get that right?
So it's years of pattern recognition. As Drew alluded to earlier, the skill set for a referee and assistant referee is very different. And so once you kind of hit the professional level and you go one way or the other, you really specialize your training in that. And so like anything else, the more you do it, the better you get at it. And so I would love to take full credit for all of those 3 centimeter offside decisions that came out of the World Cup. But if you do some of the reading coming out, there's a little bit of technology helping us at the World Cup that would indicate when players were offside, as long as the pass went from one player directly to their teammate. If that didn't happen, then the technology doesn't do anything. But there was a voice in our earpiece that on the close ones would allow us all to go back to your original question of how can we stop the play and not, cancel all these goals. They had this technology in place to allow us to try and stop these a little bit earlier. There's a lot of intricacies on when it does and doesn't work and why it works the way it is. But so for the super, super tight ones, if an assistant referee was very sure, they probably had a voice in their computer telling you. But anything over let's say, 15 to 30 centimeters, like that's pattern recognition. And that's what we're doing every week in MLS.
Guys, this was incredible. Yeah. I mean, you guys are great stories. I mean, you're working at the highest level of your sport. You're Albertans, and the insight here was absolutely amazing. Thanks for being so generous with your time. Maybe we'll try to do this again because this was just remarkable. And is it right now? What right back into MLS, or did you guys get a break, or what's going on?
I took a couple of weeks off. Mike's already had a game. He had one last weekend. But we'll both be back in the next couple of weeks here, back working for the rest of the year. So
okay, well, awesome stuff. Drew Fischer, Michael Barwegen, thank you for sharing your experience, your story. Congrats on working the FIFA World Cup, and I hope we can talk again. Really appreciate it.
Sounds good. Thanks, Reid.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. Oh man, that was.
We could have kept them the rest of the show if we were allowed.
So good.
Yes.
The perspective, and we got to ask. This is why we're so lucky. A lot of the stuff we're sitting around watching, hey, why did that happen? How does he know that's offside? Who are they talking to? What are they saying to each other?
Yeah.
Why are they treating the ref like that? We got to ask all that, and we got amazing answers.
Very unique. Yeah, that's a totally different, as we're going through ref week here, I'd say that's the most, out in left field as opposed to a CFL ref and a CEBL ref.
Yeah.
The dynamic between the referee and the assistant referee is completely different. And like Michael said there in closing, the skill set required to be an assistant referee is entirely different than it is to be a referee. So, yeah, incredible.
Yeah, great stuff with referee. A couple more coming up here before the end of the week. I'm excited having done that interview.
Yeah, very good. You should be.
And I know I'll reference it because people were putting in the chat, but I was not going to take the interview in that direction. Yes, I saw Michael's Twitter account that he's a huge board gamer, but that's a discussion for another day. 780-218. I almost gave out my own phone number again. 780-218-9999 is the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox if you want to text us the prime rib special at tap 25, $21.99, 7 days a week, 11:30 in the morning to 11 at night, available for dine-in and takeout, just not available on show nights. All right, we still got Wagon Wednesday. We still got to do our alphabet greatest players from certain letters of the alphabet, and here's the 5 o'clock break.
Kickoff is coming. Are you in? August 1st. Elks, Rough Riders at Play Alberta Field at Commonwealth Stadium. The prehistoric party is back and bigger than ever. Presented by Purolator Tackle Hunger. Experience family-friendly dinosaur-themed fun all game long. All in support of local food banks. Every catch, every tackle, every touchdown. The best way to experience it is being there when it happens. Edmonton Elks. Our city. Our year. Get your tickets now at goelks.com/tickets. Ready to raise the stakes? At Play Alberta, bigger bets and buy-ins are now available for nearly all live dealer games. From blackjack to baccarat, your favorite tables are waiting to deal you in. Whether you're kicking back at home or looking for some fun on the go, now's your chance to enhance your Play Alberta experience with new elevated stakes. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. Must be 18 plus to play. If you gamble, use your game sense.
The Canadian Brewhouse has a happy hour for any scenario. You finished work early? Happy hour. You finished work because you accidentally hit reply all to the entire company? Big happy hour. Your boss said, great job. Happy hour. Your boss said, per my last email. Ugh, emergency happy hour. You finally closed the big deal. Happy hour. With a huge selection of ice cold drinks and great food, the Canadian Brewhouse has a happy hour for whatever just happened at work. The Canadian Brewhouse. Your day just got happier.
River Cree Resort and Casino and CFCW present All Shook Up, an afternoon tribute with the King, featuring 3 of the world's best Elvis tribute artists. August 16th in the venue. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement. Bet on it.
I know I've been crowding you lately. I want to give you your space.
Who are you talking to?
Our basement.
Need extra space at home? Get it back with Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at sentinelstorage.ca.
Macklin Celebrini is the NHL's newest highest paid player. The 20-year-old star has signed a 5-year contract extension worth $18.8 million per season, locking him up through the 2031-32 campaign. There is one game live right now in MLB action. The Rays are up 3-0 over the Rangers in the top of the second inning. Earlier today, the Blue Jays wrapped up their road trip with a 5-2 win over the Nationals. Toronto now heads home to open a weekend series against the Cardinals on Friday. Ahead of today's game, the club recalled right-hander Chad Dallas while sending Ryan Van Eyck to AAA Buffalo. The Edmonton Riverhawks have just 7 games remaining in their regular season. They continue their set with the Kamloops North Paws tonight with first pitch scheduled for 7:30. You can hear the game live on any of EST's audio streams. CFL Week 9 opens tomorrow night as the Lions travel to Winnipeg to face the Blue Bombers. Rookie quarterback Caden Salter is set to make his first career CFL start, while BC will be without running back James Butler due to a foot injury. The Edmonton Elks released their latest injury report following today's practice. Carter O'Donnell and Nick Anderson were both full participants, while Saskatchewan running back AJ Ouellette did not practice. The Elks and Rough Riders renew their rivalry Saturday at Commonwealth Stadium. In the WNBA, it's a 2-game slate. Tonight, the Atlanta Dream visit the Dallas Wings, while the Golden State Valkyries take on the Phoenix Mercury in the late game. Sports Update is brought to you by the Edmonton Elks. It doesn't start on game day. It starts before kickoff. Get your single game tickets today and be there for every hit, catch, and touchdown. Lock in your seats now at goelks.com/tickets. Final hour of the Reid Wilkins Show starts right now. I'm Ben Thompson. You're up to date.
All right. Well, this is it's one of those shows that makes me feel lucky to be doing this job. We just had Drew Fischer, Michael Barwegen on the show. They just worked the FIFA World Cup. Drew as a head referee, Michael as an assistant referee, or as he acknowledged, a lot of people still call them linesmen, linespeople. Chris Morris, president of the Elks, was on earlier. If you missed that, it was about 3:45. You can go back and get it on YouTube or on a podcast later on. But basically, they're at 24,000 seats sold for the game against the Riders on Saturday. If they reach 27,000 somewhere in that area on Friday, then you can expect the East Upper Deck to be open for the game. So have some spillover crowd there because they do expect 4,000 to 5,000 walk up. So that's really positive. Ben Thompson's here. Ben, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm great, Reid. How are you?
Great job with the updates. Did you enjoy the refs?
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
Did you learn anything?
I mean, I was very curious about the can question. The you know, what is that? Is it shaving cream? And obviously like the relationship between the players and the refs. Like, you know, in hockey, it's always like you don't show up the ref. Don't make it a big deal in front of him. In soccer, it's like literally televised. It's like you go, you blow up the ref.
Yeah, there were times like they're going to hit him. Yeah, right. Not Drew specifically, but how the refs. That was a good question, Jay.
Well, I just keep thinking that there is a place in the world that there's this small little factory that their only manufacturing process is those little cans.
That's a good point.
And it just stamps FIFA.
It's in Morinville. Okay, we got Wagon Wednesday coming up.
You should come up with Foam Guy. That should be a new voice. Like, you know, you have the bookbinder.
Yeah.
You could be this one single guy that runs this small
making the foam
can operation.
I'll have to think about that. I'm so excited about the interviews we've had. I don't know if I can do that right now. We're going to probably move through the letters quicker than usual. I guess if we can get some after Buck if we don't finish them right now.
Sure.
This is buying or selling for Damon Bunting, a consistent top-producing realtor in the greater Edmonton area for over 18 years. He and his team would love to help you find that right home or make the move from your current home. Community-driven, he understands what it takes to make a difference in our city. Check him out, DamonBunting.com, Instagram handle, Damon Bunting Real Estate. Give us a thumbs up, by the way, if you're watching on YouTube. We're almost at 100. So we're doing 5 letters a day. On Friday, we'll do 6. And we're each naming the greatest athlete of all time whose last name starts with that letter. Okay?
Okay.
So we're going to start when we're not going alphabetical order. I'm doing a vowel, so there's a vowel every day.
Sure.
So we're going to start with the letter B today. This is a fun one. I guess I'm going first. As the host, I'll go first for the first letter. There are some great candidates here, like some legendary athletes in their sport, but we can only pick one. And what this guy accomplished has never been accomplished before because he excelled over a long period of time.
Literally.
In a couple of events in which usually your peak might be 2 or 3 years. It's Usain Bolt. And he did it in the 100 meters and the 200 meters. Of course, he was part of relay teams as well, but he was the best in the world at 2 distances over 3 Olympics and multiple world championships. So I got to go with Usain Bolt for the B.
I had Usain Bolt as an honorable mention.
Me too.
But there's only one, Reid.
Come on.
There's only one. And it's the GOAT. It's the greatest quarterback of all time. 7-time Super Bowl winning quarterback, Tom Brady. That's it. Over. At least for me. There's a world, okay. Usain Bolt still. Does he still have the world record for both those?
Yeah, Matt
100
and I were looking earlier. Yes.
And 200.
Yep.
Yeah, it's Tom Brady. Ben, did you have Tom Brady?
I went Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Honorable mentions: Usain Bolt, Kobe Bryant, Larry Bird,
Simone Biles,
Jim Brown.
Yeah, Jim Brown would be up there. To me, it was between Bolt and Brady. I feel like I'm. Well,
you're
that's
leaning
not
more
true.
towards. You're getting
I'm leaning
Olympics.
towards more Olympics and international sports, though you've gone very international with a couple of yours.
Well, you just wait.
But
me too.
I just think that I don't know, man. Like 3 gold medals in the 100 meters, like just dominating again and again. I think that's harder than what Brady did, quite frankly. I really do.
Oh, no.
And both didn't have any help.
Not a chance.
Race after race being that elite.
You're born fast. Whoopity-doo.
Well, Brady probably lost more Super Bowls than both did 100-meter races.
That's quite a feat.
I'm not sure how many he didn't win.
I did.
That's a great letter, though.
It is a good letter.
Interesting letters.
Lots of depth there.
Yeah.
Lots.
Okay. H. Jay.
I mean, I don't know. I'm stuck between. I'm going to go with Gordie Howe.
Okay.
Mr. Hockey. He has a hat trick named after him.
He does.
Pretty good pick.
Not bad.
Yeah.
What, he played 5 different decades?
Mm-hmm.
Played when he was in his 50s?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Gordie Howe. That's my H.
I was assigned between 3 different names. I decided not to go Gordie. I think Gordie's overrated. How about that? Lewis Hamilton's honorable mention as well. I went Tony Hawk.
Oh, he did it. He
I
did
went
it.
Tony Hawk. Just the pure aura of that guy. He has a video game after him, man. Like that is,
a great pick.
He's that guy. So I went Tony Hawk for H.
Yeah, a lot of good candidates for this. I wouldn't have gone with Tony Hawk, but I won't spend too much time on that. Gordie Howe's a great pick. And I mean, just like embodying a hockey player, skill and toughness and meanness. But I'm going to go to the golf course for this one, and I'm going with Ben Hogan. 9-time major champion. He won each major at least once, and a remarkable story as well. Like he was quite badly injured in a car crash and played with pain post car crash, and still was one of the top golfers in the world and a major champion after this crash. So an incredible golfer. An incredible story, and he's still mentioned amongst the greats of the game. I'm going to go with Ben Hogan here, but this was kind of this was a fun one to consider.
I like that. I mean, those are all. I also had it as an honorable mention. Thierry Henry.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Yeah,
right.
And then Lewis Hamilton would have to be. I mean, maybe Gager would have picked Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah.
I would not have picked Tony Hawk. I mean, what did let me ask you this in all seriousness. What did Tony Hawk have for competition?
I mean, I'm not too enlightened on the skateboarding world, but I don't know. I mean, he dominated. So
okay, fair enough.
I picked him because I just remember growing up like, oh, Tony Hawk's that guy.
Okay,
that guy.
Video game helps.
Video game,
yeah, the video
helps.
helps the exposure, and we can do with this also picking on their mystique. You know, like we said with Ali, one of us said that about somebody yesterday as well. So fair enough. Okay, Ben, you're going to go first for the letter N.
My two honorable mentions: Dirk Nowitzki, Steve Nash. Two guys that pretty damn good basketball players. I went with Rafael Nadal though. That's my end.
Yeah, one behind Djokovic, who was my letter. Was he your letter D as well?
No, yours.
He was yours. Okay, was I the only one that had him?
No, I had him as well.
You had him as well.
Drogba.
Oh yeah, that was a cool pick as well.
I'm also Rafael Nadal.
Okay,
and you're gonna go with golf again, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it's deserving. You can make a case. I mean,
who am I picking, Ben?
I don't know.
Jack Nicklaus.
Oh yeah. How did I not find that?
Rafael Nadal, though.
How did he not come up?
22 Grand Slam titles. Yeah. He has a record at is it the French Open?
Yeah, the clay court. He won almost all the time. Yeah, that's
Rafael
a great
Nadal.
pick. I'm sticking with the golf course though. With Jack Nicklaus, the Golden Bear, 18 majors, still the most all time, and what do you have? 21 second place finishes, like contended all the time. Was probably both admired and hated by his peers because he kept beating them. You know, Tom Watson learned how to win by losing to Jack Nicklaus. I think Nicklaus sort of was on the forefront of an evolution about how golfers thought about golf and attacking golf courses, and maybe the mystique angle too. He went on to be a golf course designer, you know, and designed a lot of courses. Nadal's an outstanding pick, but I'm going to go with Jack Nicklaus. Project Dumplings saying Nikita Nikitin. He was my fifth. He was fifth on the list.
Yeah, right there.
Martina Navratilova.
That's a great pick. I mean, Matthew Hyman said Bjorn Borg was under a B. I mean, a lot of elite tennis players could be considered. I think Martina Navratilova, I couldn't argue with that if somebody went with that. But I think Nadal and Nicklaus are both really strong as well. All right, on to the letter P. I'll go first here. You know I'm doing it, everybody. The golf stack. Arnold Palmer.
This just
multiple major champion, popularized the sport of golf.
Popularize a drink.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's a drink.
And there's a little bit more of the mystique as well. I'm going with the golf stack. Hogan, Nicklaus,
yeah, but
Palmer.
This is not in line.
You're totally in line.
You're a fraud.
It's totally in line.
You are fraudulent.
Why? Because I don't just pick NFL players?
No.
This is not one of the big
Olympics.
Yeah.
Mr. Olympics of all time doesn't pick Michael Phelps.
The guy.
There's only one guy for P. It's Michael Phelps.
Honorable mention Walter Payton.
Phelps is pretty good.
He's got 28 Olympic medals.
See, why didn't you pick Walter Payton if you're going to pick a running back?
Michael Phelps.
Walter Payton's better than Emmett Smith.
Emmett Smith is the greatest football player to ever live. 23 gold medals, Reid.
Yeah, I mean, that's just ridiculous.
Does he like the reefer? Maybe.
How many were in the relay?
Doesn't matter. I can't believe you.
Yeah, it's Phelps.
You went Phelps as well?
I went Phelps as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
Palmer is, I had Walter Payton as an honorable mention written down, just so you know.
Yeah, Payton would be good. Got a lot of respect for the golf guys.
You do. You really do.
And that's why, you know,
I should have taken John Daly.
But you had
the D. He was a two-time major. John Daly won as many majors as Greg Norman. That's one of the craziest stats of all time. Not as many tournaments and money overall. Well, Daly's probably kept making money with endorsements.
All right. Do you know what Greg Norman's, what his nickname is?
No.
The Shark.
Great white shark. Yeah.
Shark.
Australian.
Oh.
All right. Well, Phelps is a respectable pick.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Thanks.
All right. The letter U, Jay. No, do you want to go last? You should go last, I think.
Well, do you think?
No, I think Jay should go. I think you should go last.
I got something different. Okay.
Okay. Well, okay, I'll go because I actually have an NFL player for this.
Oh.
One. Johnny Unitas, quarterback.
Okay.
Okay.
I am going the cross-country skiing route with Vegard Alveng. He's won 3 gold medals, 2 silver medals, and a bronze at the 1988 Calgary Olympics.
He got 6 skiing medals in 1 Olympics?
No. That was the bronze came at the Calgary.
Oh, sorry.
Olympics.
Okay, sorry.
Yes.
You were saying he was in Calgary.
He has 3 gold medals. I think it's Norwegian cross country skier is the best last name of all time.
Oh, that's a pretty good pick.
A household name.
Well, I bet you he's a legend.
Oh, yeah. In Norway.
Like Becky
Norway?
Scott told me they'd get like 50,000 people for cross-country events. Yeah.
I'm going with 7-time Olympic medalist, 3 golds, gold, 4 silvers, 21-time world medalist, considered by many to be in the sport one of the greatest gymnasts of all time. Yes, you know who I'm going with, Kohei Uchimura.
Ooh.
Kohei Uchimura, Japanese artistic gymnast. 7-time Olympic medalist, Reid.
That is amazing. I'm now reading nickname King Kohei.
Of course.
Super Mara or Super Mura. Well, this might be better than the Pakistani cricket player. This is good work.
Kohei Uchimura.
Because you've gone super niche Olympic, but incredibly successful every single day.
Yes.
The only time I think I did that was the Russian wrestler, Alexander Karelin. You had, I don't remember their names, but for Q, you had the cricketer from Pakistan. Who did yesterday? You had somebody, this speed, Yang, the speed skater.
Letter Y.
When you gave the resume, it's like, actually, that's probably it.
Look at this. Look at Kohei Uchimura. Olympic Games, he's got 7 medals.
So this was specifically rhythmic?
Yes.
Oh, team. No,
there's
floor.
Team, there's floor all around.
Right.
He was really well known for his floor exercise.
Not the rhythmic, sorry.
I mean, he did it all, Reid, all around floor, parallel, horizontal bar, you name it. Kohei Uchimura could do it.
That's an amazing pick.
7 medals at the Olympic Games, 21 World Championship medals.
I think we've been bested at the letter U, Benny. I don't think we have an argument.
No, that's a landslide over there.
That's an incredible point for Jay. All right. Okay, 780-218-9999, River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. Go to rivercreeresort.com. Click on entertainment. Check out all the great shows they have coming up. We got Wagon Wednesday for the WPCA and Century Mile Racetrack and Casino when we get back.
Macklin Celebrini has cashed in. The Sharks' 20-year-old franchise forward has agreed to a 5-year extension worth $18.8 million annually, making him the highest-paid player in the NHL. There are 3 games in the MLB underway, with the Rays up 3-0 on the Rangers in the middle of the 3rd inning. The Reds and Guardians are tied at 0s in the bottom of the 1st, and the Mets and Braves also tied at 0s bottom of the 1st. Earlier today, the Blue Jays wrapped up their road trip with a 5-2 win over the Nationals. Toronto now heads home to open a weekend series against the Cardinals on Friday. Ahead of today's game, the club recalled right-hander Chad Dallas while sending Ryan Van Eyck to AAA Buffalo. The Edmonton Riverhawks have just 7 games remaining in the regular season. They continue their set with the Kamloops North Paws tonight, with first pitch scheduled for 7:30. You can hear the game on any of Edmonton Sports Talk's audio streams. CFL Week 9 opens tomorrow night as the Lions travel to Winnipeg to face the Blue Bombers. Rookie quarterback Caden Salter is set to make his first career CFL start, while BC will be without running back James Butler due to a foot injury. The Edmonton Elks released their latest injury report following today's practice. Carter O'Donnell and Nick Anderson were both full participants, while Saskatchewan running back AJ Ouellette did not practice. The Elks and Rough Riders renew their rivalry Saturday at Commonwealth Stadium. In the WNBA, it's a 2-game slate tonight. The Atlanta Dream visit the Dallas Wings, while the Golden State Valkyries take on the Phoenix Mercury in the late game. This sports update is brought to you by Say the Reid Sport Medicine. Connor McDavid has a team of specialists, and you got a bag of frozen peas. At Say the Reid Sport Medicine, get the same locker room approach that's trusted by the best in the game. Call 780-460-9977 or visit their website at saythereidsportmed.ca to book an appointment today. Wagon Wednesday on the other side of the break here on the Reid Wilkins Show. I'm Ben Thompson, and you're up to date.
The Oil
You're
Stream.
going to say that McDavid doesn't win a cup in the next 2 years and then still takes 8 to 10 million below market value to try to make it work here?
Crazier things have happened.
I don't know if they have. I honestly don't know if anything crazier than that has happened.
The 12.5 for 2 years was the craziest thing ever. No one
This would be
expected
crazier because you gave them 2.5 years, 2 years,
and then they messed up.
And they blew it.
The Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Time for a new career in 2026? Or maybe your kid is still pondering their path. Good news! Weiss Johnson is hiring. It's Dennis, and not only are we hiring for heating and air conditioning, we're also looking for experienced plumbers and gas fitters. With the growth in residential development, there's no shortage of opportunities at Weiss Johnson. Choose your path with us. Learn from one of the industry leaders, and we will grow together. Receive great benefits and school reimbursement as well. Visit weiss-johnson.com today.
Ready to raise the stakes? At Play Alberta, bigger bets and buy-ins are now available for nearly all live dealer games. From blackjack to baccarat, your favorite tables are waiting to deal you in. Whether you're kicking back at home or looking for some fun on the go, now's your chance to enhance your Play Alberta experience with new elevated stakes. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. Must be 18 plus to play. If you gamble, use your game sense.
It's the weekend. The sun is out, and everyone, yes, even the kids, are bored. Bring them to the Canadian Brewhouse. Our patios have games to keep the whole family going, rooftop views, real turf to run around on, and misters for when the summer gets serious. Oh, and we've still got the game on. Always. All day. All weekend. All summer. The Canadian Brewhouse. Canada's best patios.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences. Plus, all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom. And from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know. Oh, my goodness. We have a great time here at Edmonton Sports Talk, EST presented by Play Alberta. Go to playalberta.ca, EST specials under sports. There's a bunch of stuff there, including Jay's Play of the Day. You've done some CFL teasing.
I've teased.
So people can check that out.
Yeah, playalberta.ca. Click on sports, click on EST specials. You'll see it right there.
All right, it's time for Wagon Wednesday for the World Professional Chuck Wagon Association, presented by Century Mile Racetrack and Casino. Feel the thunder at Century Mile Racetrack and Casino. Live horse racing, heart-pounding action, casino excitement, and great dining all in one place. Grab your friends and make your next night out unforgettable at Century Mile Racetrack and Casino. Visit today and bet on the excitement. Our buddy Greg Buchanan from the WPCA checking in. Buck, where the heck are you today, my friend?
Okay, behind me, beach volleyball. We're in North Battleford. It's the Saskatchewan Summer Games here. So I'm here with 7th Generation out of Onion Lake and helping with that department. And we're here to cover the games. Did play-by-play of U13 softball earlier. I've never done play-by-play of beach volleyball yet. And I'm going to begin right away here. So when the wagons are going on, Bucky's a little busy.
This is amazing. You're going to do beach volleyball, and this is in North Battleford? I guess the question would be, where's the beach?
Well, that's the problem. So actually, if my camera guy can just kind of swing around here, and you'll show we're on a driving range. So it's a golf driving range in North Battleford, converted into beach volleyball. There we go.
This is incredible.
Yeah.
So, Bucky, how long are you out there then?
It's being here today, here tomorrow, and Friday. So here for about 3 or 4 days, and it's been fun. I've covered a lot of through my broadcasting career, I've covered a lot of different games like this. Science Winter Games for Canada, provincial games, also freelanced at the Pan Am Games. I did cover beach volleyball at the Pan Am Games in Winnipeg. Brazil won, and that was exciting. The uniforms are even more exciting with Brazilian girls, but I won't get into that. But yeah, so it's been great and very warm receiving, and we have 1,000 athletes here over the days. We have archery, we have track and field, softball, you name it, and also we got beach volleyball. So a lot going on, and we're here to cover it for all the great athletes from back home at Onion Lake Cree Nation.
Okay, well, thanks for sharing that with us. You always do a great job with these hits, but of course, we're going to talk about the wagons
it's a long way
here.
for the wagons. I get that. Yeah.
What's going on with the WPCA?
So you know what? High River was this past weekend, and what a performance by Chad Fike. Chad Fike was 16th in the show standings. And then he got into the dash on that Sunday, top 4 drivers, and he wins. And he wins in High River. So when you're 16th in the standings, whether it be day 1, day 2 of a 4-day show, the chances of you climbing up, and the thing is, you can do great, but what you have to do is pass over a whole lot of people in front of you. That's what Chad did, and a great win for him. And now we're off until Friday in Strathmore, and you got 4 days in Strathmore, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And more than anything, it's the turnaround. So you race in Strathmore, the Strathmore Stampede. Then that is Monday afternoon. They race in Dawson Creek Wednesday night at 6.
Cool.
Now, look at GPS. Look at the distance between those two centers. And yeah, so it's a short turnaround and a quick turnaround for the WPCA as they go into Dawson Creek. Then after that, it's the Rocky Mountain House Show, and that is the World Finals in Rocky.
Bucky, I see, you said Chad Fike was 16th in the standings, and then now he's catapulted to 5th after winning in High River. How are these world standings? Because just to relay it to our listeners, Aubrey Matawalu is first. He's got 727.5 points. Then Jason Glass, then Chance Vegan, Logan Gorse, Chad Fike. How are these points handed out? Like, what did Chad Fike win by winning in High River? How many points do you get?
Well, he wins those points every day. He wins those points, and the average comes into play there. So it propels him up ahead. Now, if you have a bad performance, a bad show, and you're not part of that average times, you're not part of those average points, it really drops you. You look at Chance Vegan not that long ago, he was on top of the world standings heading into the cup. Comes out of the Calgary Stampede, has one show, and you can see where he dropped down from 1st to 3rd. And Jason Glass now has propelled himself into 2nd. And Jason Glass was in 2nd of the world standings, hitting a Rocky Mountain House last year. And it was Chance Vegan holding him off to win the world championship. So there's a bit of a separation now between 1st to 4th to 5th. But again, you have some big shows coming up. You have Strathmore, you have Dawson Creek. And that have a chance to make up. You got to see Matawalu to continue to hold on to that lead. But it's going to be interesting heading in after Dawson Creek to where the world standings are as you go into that World Finals in Rocky Mountain House.
So what is a gap that's too big to overcome, Bucky, as we get later into the WPCA season here? Like, what's insurmountable?
I would say anywhere from 80 to 100. But by saying that too, anything can happen in wagon racing. Usually does. You don't want to wish anything bad upon anybody that's higher than you in the standings, correct? But at the same time, anything can happen. You have one bad run, or a combination of 2 bad runs, and all of a sudden you can see yourself drop into those world standings, and you just got to keep your nose to the grindstone and keep on moving ahead. And Aubrey Matawalu is one that he has a sight set on a world championship. It's nice to say that he's on top of the world standings. Will he be there on that final day of racing at Rocky Mountain House? That's the $1 million question.
And in terms of the Strathmore Stampede, I've really gotten to learn that the tracks are so different from event to event. What is the setup like in Strathmore?
Sorry, you just broke up there, but Strathmore, if you look at it's pretty well built, very similar to the Calgary Stampede. You see the pictures of it. And it's very similar to the Calgary Stampede. A lot of similarities, track-wise, grandstand-wise, and all that. So there is similarities between that and Calgary. So expect a lot of the guys that had good performances in Calgary to have a good performance in Strathmore. So, and again, you're looking ahead to Dawson Creek too with that short turnaround, and really you have to have your horses ready. And honestly, when you race that many times in a short period of time, you have to have a very deep barn. And you talked to Jamie Labicane last week, talked about his deep barn, talked about his barn staying healthy. And when you have 10 days there at the Calgary Stampede, a lot of things need to come together. They did for Jamie, and it has to for a lot of drivers there as we go on the final 3 shows of the WPCA Pro Tour.
Bucky, we've just been joined here. We've got Dustin Gorst on the line. This is the 8th overall ranked driver in the world standings. Take it away, Bucky.
Hey, Dusty, congratulations, great high river. Talk about what's in store. And Jay just asked a great question about Strathmore and the track and what's similar to other tracks in the tour. What do you like Strathmore track, and what's challenge?
Hey boys, how's it going?
If you hear Dusty?
Yeah, we got him. Good.
Yeah, Dusty, what's it? Yeah, Dusty, what Jay just asked a question regarding Strathmore, and you're coming up to that show coming up on Friday. Talk about that track and what's the things that are challenges for that Strathmore track, and what's it similar to other tracks in the tour?
Well, when they get the track all ready to go, it's usually a nice track to run wide on. Long home stretch, so that it makes for good races. That grandstand that's there is something to see. It's a double decker, it's packed, and it's exciting to be in front of big crowds, which most of the time we are on tour here. And it's a beautiful facility, and I like how the long home stretch sets up for the guys that can run late and make races interesting.
Well, do you like where you are in the world standings right now? Of course, you want to be higher. Your brother's a little higher. Where is too far? How many points is too far back at this point of the season to make a climb up?
I'm thrilled with where I'm at right now. You got to be in the top 12 to qualify for that pool to make the World Finals dash. So to stay in the top 12 is the plan. 100 points is a lot, but one horse that doesn't work on one night can really hurt you, and one horse that if you put one new one in that can really go for you, can really do wonders, and you can gain a lot of points in a 3 or 4 day span. So consistency is the key. Let everybody else make mistakes, and you try to keep knocking in every day.
How has the season been to you for healthy wise for your horses? Because it's challenges. You had 10 days of the Calgary Stampede, and then you have 2 shows coming up that really challenge you, because you wrap up Strathmore Monday afternoon. You're on the road as soon as you can Monday night to get to Dawson Creek, because you only have 1 day of rest, and then you race again on Wednesday. The challenges there, and how healthy is your barn right now?
It's healthy. I feel very comfortable, but it's no different than any other sport. That's why you have backups. You have a backup plan. You keep working on your 3rd and 4th outfit, just like any other sport. And as far as the lots of days and the lots of travel, everybody wants to be a cowboy till you got to do cowboy shit, and I love it. So this separates everybody from the men from the boys, and you're supposed to have a deep barn, and this is when it's going to hopefully pace through.
The goals that you set for yourself coming into the season, where are you at with that goal, and are you close to it or a little bit off of it?
I'm a little higher than I expected. Last year was a little bit of an off year. It was a rebuild year for me. I sold all those wheelers that I didn't like that I was driving last year, and I only brought 1 broke wheeler in, bought 9 new ones. We're lots of the wheel teams you were seeing were first-year horses all year long, and they're better than expected. A couple of really nice bright wheelers, and that made a difference. Got the old lead teams woke up a little bit, and I'm very thrilled to where I'm at.
Dusty, in Meadow Lake at the high school there you grew up in, did you look behind me here? We're at the Saskatchewan Summer Games, First Nation Summer Games in North Battle for beach volleyball. What kind of beach volleyball skills does Dusty and Logan Gorst have?
In Mexico, we're pretty good, but nowhere else.
That's a lot of Coronas there.
The net a little bit. when the net dips a little bit and our small vertical helps us, that's where we shine.
You should tell Dusty was a hockey player, play AJHL with the Lloydminster Bobcats under the great one of the greatest coaches of all time. If you talk to him, Norm Johnson. Norm will be watching, just kicking me right now. But also play Meadow Lake Stampeders. And now you're coaching hockey in Wainwright. Talk about going from a hockey player to a coach and coaching senior hockey in Wainwright.
Yeah, I remember Reid giving me a hard time back in the old junior days after every game. So
yeah.
And it's glad to reconnect with you, Reid. A long time since we last did an interview, but this is pretty cool for me. Hockey, I love it.
Well, it's great to hear you because you're an incredible Chuck Wagon family, right? I mean, I've talked to, was it Gary and Logan, right? Who else should I know?
Yeah, Gary, Logan, my cousin Dallas, cousin Lane. We all did it. Grandpa started it all back in the 70s, and we're lucky enough to carry it on, the tradition. Never wanted to die. As far as the hockey, 2 boys in hockey. My daughter starts this year, so we're chasing 3 kids down the road. I absolutely love it. I like it. I like coaching my kids as much as I do driving a wagon. And just hockey grows good humans, and that's all I really care about in the end result.
Right on. Okay.
Should mention too, Auntie May. Auntie May was the first ever female outrider of the Calgary Stampede.
Amazing.
Auntie May Gorst. Yeah.
Good stuff. Well, Dustin, great to talk to you again about 20 years later. So, yeah, all the best the rest of the season. And, Buck, you probably going to go watch some beach volleyball. Where are you going to be? Will you be in Dawson Creek next week?
I will be in Dawson Creek. I'll be you know what? Probably going to join you from the 0 mile of the Alaska Highway. Mile 0.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Yeah.
You're the best, man. Thanks for getting Dustin on, too. That was incredible.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, right on. That is, man, those are great segments. It's great working with Buck again. Wagon Wednesday for the WPCA, presented by Century Mile Racetrack and Casino. Feel the thunder at Century Mile Racetrack and Casino. Live horse racing, heart-pounding action, casino excitement, great dining, all in one place. Grab your friends. Make your next night out unforgettable. Century Mile Racetrack and Casino. Visit today. Bet on the excitement.
Bucky's phenomenal.
We throw to a guest and he just takes over the segment. Like we shouldn't even be paid for that segment.
Fantastic.
That was incredible. And yeah, Dustin Gorst, yes, he played hockey. And I don't think the teams he were on was that great. So yeah, he probably had some post-game interviews he wishes he didn't have to do with me. That is amazing stuff. This show has been this might be one of my favorite shows ever. It's been remarkable.
I think I should. I wonder if I still have the Estes.
This has to get nominated.
I thought I had it. We got to nominate. Oh, there, I got it. Can
you send me as well?
I don't know if I'm allowed to, Ben.
Nomination.
Wanna might get. Are you doing it, Jay?
No, I don't see it. I think it's on our old email. Yeah, can you forward that to me too?
Yeah, I saved it. Okay. So that was incredible. We had 2 Alberta World Cup referees, Drew Fischer and Michael Barwegen, on earlier. We had Chris Morris on earlier, Elks president. There are 24,000 tickets. If they can get to 27,000 on Friday, then very likely the upper deck is open for Saturday's game against the Riders. Here's an update with Ben, and we'll take you home with words of the day.
Macklin Celebrini is the NHL's new highest paid player. The 20-year-old Shark star has signed a 5-year contract extension worth $18.8 million per season, locking him up through the 23-32 campaign. There are currently 5 games in the MLB underway, with the Rays up 3-0 on the Rangers. The Guardians versus the Reds is tied at 0. Same with the Braves and Mets, and the Yankees, White Sox, also as the Royals and Twins, all in the first inning. Earlier today, the Blue Jays wrapped up their road trip with a 5-2 win over the Nationals. Toronto now heads home to open a weekend series against the Cardinals on Friday. Ahead of today's game, the club recalled right-hander Chad Dallas while sending Rand Van Eyck to AAA Buffalo. The Edmonton Riverhawks have just 7 games remaining in their regular season. They continue their set with the Kamloops Northpaws tonight, with first pitch scheduled for 7:30. You can hear the game on any of Edmonton Sports Talk's audio streams. CFL Week 9 opens up tomorrow night as the Lions travel to Winnipeg to face the Blue Bombers. Rookie quarterback Caden Salter is set to make his career CFL start, while BC will be without running back James Butler due to a foot injury. The Edmonton Elks released their latest injury report following today's practice. Carter O'Donnell and Nick Anderson were both full participants, while Saskatchewan running back AJ Ouellette did not practice. The Elks and Rough Riders renewed the rivalry Saturday at Commonwealth Stadium. And in the WNBA, it's a 2-game slate tonight. The Atlanta Dream visit the Dallas Wings, while the Golden State Valkyries take on the Phoenix Mercury in the late game. Final segment of the Reid Wilkins Show. On the other side of the break, I'm Ben Thompson, and you're up to date.
EST Afternoons.
The Elks sit at 6-1, as do the Owls. Who's the best team in the CFL right now?
I would lean towards the Montreal Alouettes currently. Now, I don't think the Edmonton Elks are far behind, and I don't think the Saskatchewan Roughriders are that far behind either. But to me, the Montreal Alouettes are just a little bit more of a complete team.
EST Afternoons, weekday afternoons 1 to 3, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
River Cree Resort and Casino and CFCW present All Shook Up, an afternoon tribute with the King, featuring 3 of the world's best Elvis tribute artists. August 16th in the venue. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement. Bet on it.
Hi there. If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching a button, thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki as a ninja fighting off evil samurai.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
Your brand deserves more than just a whisper, it deserves a buzz. At the Hive Product Marketing, they specialize in promotional products that bring the buzz. From eye-catching giveaways to unforgettable keepsakes, they got the perfect products to make your brand stand out and get noticed. Visit the Hive Product Marketing and let them create the buzz your business deserves. The Hive Product Marketing, the official merch partner of Edmonton Sports Talk. Visit them online at thehiveproductmarketing.com.
Looking for a winning strategy for your retirement? Contact me, Joaquin Gage at K4 Financial, where expertise meets dedication. I will always look for a careful approach to your retirement, ensuring your financial future is secure. From tailored strategies to clear, actionable advice, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Don't leave your future to chance. Get in touch with me, Joaquin Gage, today at k4financial.ca or email joaquin.gage@k4financial.ca to start planning for a brighter future and a more secure retirement.
All right, let's get fired up for Gemco Fireplaces, proudly serving Edmonton and area for 45 years. The authorized dealer for Napoleon Fireplaces, whether it's gas or wood burning, look no further than Canadian-made Napoleon Fireplaces. All the Napoleon products you need available at Gemco, 9281 50th Street.
Well, I'm fired up, Reid, because I went out to my buddy's. My kids were out at my buddy's lake. They've got a cabin out there, so they took my kids. And I went out there last night after the show and then stayed the night and drove them home this morning. Okay? One, I'm fired up because I got to see our friends over at Little Buckaroo.
Good.
Stopped in New Sarepta, said hi to Michelle. She treated my daughters like gold.
Right.
Secondly, I'm fired up because the highway flooded.
Really?
Highway 21. You know Highway 21 south of, say, Belvedere?
Okay, yeah.
Flooded. Water going over the road. I couldn't believe it. So they had traffic stopped. They had single lane, so they had like portable traffic lights. Mm-hmm. That's the only way you could get by. So I was stuck there. Had to have been 45 minutes waiting to get through there. It was terrible.
I'm sorry, buddy.
Yeah, it's okay. I got a limerick I got to get to. This comes in from Tube Socks.
Sorry if I was distracted. I was nominating our show in more categories.
Young Macklin just signed quite the deal with riches that suddenly feel real. I'll buy every shoe. In each color there is two. Making Foot Locker staff loudly squeal. Very good,
That's
too.
pretty good. That's pretty good.
Mr. Socks comes through again.
Oh, my goodness. More ref week tomorrow. What else will we have tomorrow? We'll talk more Elks and Riders. Yeah, this show might be hard to top. I'm not going to lie to you. All right, this episode anyway.
Did we get to 100 likes? Where are we?
Oh, yeah, where are we for the thumbs? Oh, I lost my...
Oh, we're at 99.
We're 99. Give us a thumbs up if you haven't already. Okay, let's do words of the day for the Edmonton Public Library, EPL.ca.
The word of the day with Reid and Jay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
What do they got to say?
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you.
Let's find out.
English, do you speak it? Then you know what I'm saying.
Okay, these words come from my buddy's son, Ben.
What?
Ben, before I left this morning, provided me with words of the day
Where
to give
did
you.
this? Oh, by the way, we're at 100 thumbs.
Hey,
Hi Ben. I hope he's listening.
Well, wait, has Ben done words before? How old is Ben? Do we know about Ben?
Ben is like
12.
12.
Okay, and he oh wow,
I coach him in flag too.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Oh yeah, he loves words of the day.
He's okay, and he's provided words. What an honor. Okay, that's cool.
First word of the day, kludge. Kludge.
Kludge. Well, there's two ways to go to it. With it. You often tell me to trust my first instinct.
That I do.
Though now that I'm looking at the words, I'm inclined to go with my second instinct.
Oh, don't do that.
KLUDGE.
Are you kidding me?
Ben
That's
is
a great
listening
word.
right now if you want to say anything to him.
Ben, drop out of school and never listen to your parents. That's a joke. Okay.
Yes. Don't listen to that, Ben.
That's a joke, Ben. Work hard in school and respect your parents, but also have a sense of humor.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, good one. Good one.
All right.
What is a kludge?
Kludge. That is a great word. Like, it's fun to say and to spell, especially that it does have the K. A kludge. I don't even know what it makes. Like, it makes me think of a clutch, but it's not a clutch. I'll say a kludge is a portion of a rabbit's back leg.
Would you like a sentence?
Yes.
They had to kludge together a temporary cable from spare parts.
Oh, so it's sort of like to assemble something that you need spur of the moment. No, okay.
Kludge means a haphazard or makeshift solution to a computer or programming problem.
Oh, it's specifically computer stuff. Okay, that's really good. I did not know that.
Second word of the day. Mortisequious phobia. Mortisequious phobia. Mortisequious phobia. Mortisequious phobia.
Okay.
If you spell this, I will give you $100.
You don't have to give me money.
I will. If you spell this.
MorTesequiouspHobia. that was a good try.
MORTUU.
Oh, wow.
SEQUUU.
What?
SPHOBIA. Mortisequious phobia.
Mortisequious phobia.
I'll give you the sentence.
Is it okay? Well, I want to take a stab at it.
Okay.
Is it the fear of dying from a mosquito bite?
Oh my gosh, very, very. No, it's not. But
it's a fear of something.
Good
obviously.
guess. Well, a phobia.
More
yes.
to death. I don't know.
Some might say that Connor McDavid has mortisequious phobia.
A fear of brand new socks.
Oh, good try. Mortisequious phobia is an intense, irrational aversion or panic
to ketchup
response triggered by the sight, smell, texture, or thought of tomato ketchup.
Tomato ketchup. I should have thought of that.
Mortisequious
That
phobia.
actually, there's a word for that. Holy crap. Those are excellent words. Wow.
Thanks, Ben.
Really
Stumped
appreciate that. And we thank our own Ben Thompson,
Wonderful.
and Jason Milne. I'm Reid Wilkins. Incredible show. Have a great evening. We'll talk to you tomorrow.